It's Saturday night. Do you know where Tom Sandwell is? He is filming Traitors Season 3. But on Friday nights, Vicky and Kyle Chane are setting the record straight about Billie Lee's recent comments. We're going to talk about it. Lots to talk about tonight. So grab a beverage. Hopefully you're wearing something comfy. Smash that like and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture Joleen Lunzer here to talk about all things pop culture, news, reality television shows, and all the things we love to hate or hate to love, however you think about it. What we do over here is we take a comedic look at this stuff. Just a warning, you guys, I am very opinionated, but you're more than welcome to have your own opinion, even if it's different than mine, in the live chat or in the comment section. As long as we're not being buttholes to each other, we can agree to disagree.
That's my opinion!
All right, so we have a lot to talk about tonight. Real quickly though, did you guys see the trailer for The Real Housewives of Orange County? It looks good for the first time in a very long time. So I'm very excited about Orange County Housewives season coming up. So we'll be covering it over here. Let's get some housekeeping things out of the way. Smash that like if you haven't already. Let's set a like goal for 900, see if we can hit it. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you're always welcome to send a super chat while we're live. I'll highlight your comment. You can send a super thanks after the video posts. You can join my YouTube membership like Grace did. Thank you, Grace Lazarus, for joining the Lean team over here on YouTube. Otherwise, you can check out my Patreon. You can also hit me up on the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Thank you to those of you who have done that. Everything is in the description of this video. Thank you so much. Bravo Buds is here, you guys. I talk about Bravo Buds quite a bit. I mentioned their content. If you're not following them on Instagram, go give them a follow. So funny, so informative. I love a good Bravo TV content, Instagram, and Bravo Buds is literally one of my favorites. I'm always sharing their posts in my stories. You can also follow me on social media at Joleen Lunzer. But go check out Bravo Buds if you guys aren't already followers. I highly, highly, highly recommend them. Pamela, thank you for the first super chat of the live. Pamela says, red lip sync ships. You look like a pinup model. Stop it, Pam. Stop it. I was at the pool all day with my littles. My niece and nephew are in town. So that's why my content the last 4 days or so has been not as much as it normally would. I just am trying to get used to, getting every summer they come over to stay with me and I love it. And they're here for like a month, maybe 2 months this year. And we do all kinds of fun stuff, but it's different than being a fur mommy to being like an auntie full-time to a 9, almost 10-year-old and a 6, almost 7-year-old. They keep you very busy. And they're like, don't go live. Let's go to the pool. And I'm like, okay. Don't go live. Let's go to Five Below. Okay. So I am not neglecting you guys. I am so sorry. But and this lip, if you want to get this lipstick, go to lipesteem.com, which is a wonderful small business, woman-run business. We love that. That's lipesteem.com. And I always forget what color this is, but it's my favorite color. I'll post it in the comment section after. I'm so sorry. What is it? Anyways. Okay, you guys. We gotta talk. Today we're just gonna be mostly talking about Kyle Chan, or as Billie Lee likes to call him, Kyle Chane, and Vicky, aka Victoria Lee Robinson. That is Tom Sandwell's girlfriend, who's a model. They did an interview. Okay, so last No Offense, All Offense that we had over here, we talked about Billie Lee on her podcast going in on Tom Sandwell and how she had to put up boundaries, and that basically Billie Lee said Victoria Lee Robinson, Tom Sandwell's girlfriend, who's a model and who was discovered sight unseen. She was discovered sight unseen, which if you guys don't know in model terms, that means they just showed a picture and they were like, look at this hot bitch. And they signed her. And then they saw her in person and they were like, thank God you look like your picture. Because I'll tell you, I got some photo editing apps where I can make myself not even look like myself. And it's my favorite apps. Okay. I can avatar myself. But Victoria was so beautiful at 19. She was signed by Ford Models and she's a model. But did I mention she's a model? She might not be working. She might be working. She might live with her dad. She might not live with her dad. She might have a house. She might have had it for a long time. She might have got it in October. It might be furnished. It might not be furnished. These are the little details. So they were on Up and Adam's channel. Shout out to Up and Adam. We love Up and Adam. We love Jason and Adam over here. So I'm going to play a little bit of Adam's live. I don't want to play a ton. I highly recommend that you guys go over there and watch this whole interview. It was a dumpster fire, and not because of Adam. He did what he could do. What can you do with these two people? Okay, I think I found it was on Reddit. Someone had this perfect comment of how these people talk. I don't know what it is, but the reality TV world, Los Angeles people are like freaking aliens. And actually, they're not aliens, because aliens are super cool. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with these people, but they can't talk and they can't tell a story to save their soul. This person's comment on Reddit describes this interview. They said, there is a 34-year-old woman running Finland. The Prime Minister of England is 44. All over the world, men and women in their 20s, 30s, and 40s are raising families, getting up every day and going to work, paying bills, volunteering, taking care of their neighbors. Some of them perform surgery, deliver babies, run finance companies, work in education, or maybe they stay home and take care of their kids. And then there's these people in this conversation. And that's exactly what this is. If you thought Joe Wenberg was hard to follow, you have not met Victoria Lee Robinson yet. Okay? If you thought Rachel Raquel wasn't the brightest bulb, no offense, all offense, but if you thought she wasn't the brightest bulb out there, you have not met Victoria Lee Robinson yet. So we have not heard anything previously from Tom Sandoval's girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson. All right? Until she decided she was going to go on Up and Adam, and she was going to speak her piece and come for Billie Lee. She was like, oh, Billie Lee, you want some? Billie Lee was like, oh, I want some. Okay. I literally let you listen to my stream on my Instagram story. You think I am going to be afraid of what you're going to throw at me? Because if you weren't at the No Offense, All Offense episode 2 days ago, we heard Billie Lee pee. We didn't want to. I never want to. Half the things I find out about these people, it is without my consent. Okay. So she goes on Up and Adam, and Up and Adam is like, I'm doing an interview with Victoria Lee Robinson. And we're all like, okay, cool. Awesome. Then Kyle Chan shows up, who Billie Lee calls Kyle Chain. So now his name is Kyle Chain, and Victoria Lee Robinson's name is Vicky. Okay. So Vicky and Kyle Chain are there. They look like they're in a hostage situation. Neither of them look happy. They both look confused. One, maybe intoxicated. They're both drinking from bottles of water. His looks clear. She has something blue. Okay? Something borrowed and something blue. She could have borrowed some liquor that was blue. We don't know. It could have been a Powerade, a Gatorade. We don't know. But throughout the video, it seemed she got more and more hard to understand. It was more and more difficult for us to understand. Now, Adam was like, hey guys, I interview people. I'm not bad at interviewing people. What do you guys think? And they were just like, here's a little clip.
He made a decision. It's something that I do not agree with whatsoever. He knows that. Right. I would never do what he would have done, ever. You know, but I'm here because I do love him, and he's a good person. We both know this. You know?
I think it also makes it really clear that he has been punished pretty badly, through public and all. So then maybe that gives Victoria the little sense of security that I don't think anybody would be stupid enough to f that up again, maybe. Also,
that's not gonna it's not gonna happen with me. Like, I'm not.
She's gonna drop him like it's hot.
Also, you can't get away with that with me, honey.
Also, you can't get away with that with me, honey.
Okay, so that was when they were talking about, Vicky dating Tom. Why would she kind of want to date Tom? And if she's worried because Billie Lee is claiming that she's highly jealous and jealous of Billie Lee. And she's like, I'm not. You can't get away with cheating with me, honey. even though he has a pattern of behavior where he likes to put his wiener where it doesn't belong. She was like, not with me. She was like Erica Jane. Not me, honey. Not me. Famous last words, Vicky. Vicky? Do you think it was a blue flavor? Ronnie says it's a Four Loko blue flavor. I don't know, but she was like, well, pretty much. He's not gonna cheat on me because I think she was like, I will snap him. We will dateline. We will go to the datelines. We will go to the 2020s. We will go to the snapped if he tries to pull that on me. And Kyle Chan, I need you to stop saying that Tom Sandoval has been punished. What has he been punished? How? This season was a redemption arc. He's been on more television shows than he ever has in his life than anyone would ever ask him to be. He went on tour as a singer when he couldn't sing and still can't sing. How is he lost? His mommy still gave him half of her retirement. How is he lost? He's right now filming for The Traitors season 3, which is a huge television show to be on. He was on Masked Singer. He was on that army show where he pooped outside and cried. I can never remember the name of it. Apologies. Vanderpumprules. And God knows what else. The guy has had more opportunities than he deserves. How has he been punished, Kyle Chan? Chan. Okay, let me read a couple of your super chats. As I appreciate you so much. Jen Knoll says, has Kyle been released from his kidnappers as of today? It literally looks like Kyle Chan is being held up there. I don't know. He looks uncomfortable. Victoria is literally, this is her. I'm just going to pull up a couple screenshots here. This is Victoria in this interview. Like, she seems almost repulsed by Kyle Chan, or maybe she's just not used to, humans being, she's just like, she couldn't get far enough away from him. And the two of them together, it just was not, this does not look like two friends who are sitting next to each other. It looks like literally those hostage situation videos that you see. If you don't do this right now, they're gone. And Kyle's like, save me. It looks like they were going live most likely from his jewelry store where he makes beaded bracelets with Tom Sandoval. I'm not sure. I could see people in that La La Land poster picture walking by left and right, and that was kind of distracting, but also more fun than listening to them try to complete a full sentence when they couldn't. Especially Victoria. Nikki, thank you so much. Nikki says, don't like Billie, Victoria, or Kyle. All three trash. I think all three of them are a hot mess. I'm team no one when it comes to this. I'm just team mess. Or as Kempire says, I'm team Kempire. That's what I am at this point. Annette says, you look fabulous. You guys are too nice to me. I don't deserve it. Christina, thank you. We need a Lala. I'm having withdrawals. And a Lala. Rachel Raquel loved this interview. This is the first time Rachel Raquel has felt like a genius. And I will tell you, Rachel, listening to Victoria try to tell us a story makes me miss you. Okay, not enough to want you back, but I missed you, girl. I really missed you. Kirsty says, I have never wanted to heart a roast so much. Thank you so much, Kirsty. I appreciate you. Irrelevant Photons, thank you for the super chat. Says, thank you for being amazing. Have a coffee on me. I will. I'm going to have like 6 coffees. I'm going to drink all the coffees, and I'm an alcoholic, but I might drink again after seeing this. Okay. Because I was laying in bed last night after a long day, hanging with the kiddos, having fun. I told Hype Man husband, Chell, I got to watch this interview. I got to see this. I was watching it, and he's like, I got my AirPod, and he's like, tell me a little bit about it. I'm like, I don't know what they're saying. Like, they're not finishing sentences. They're not finishing thoughts. They kept saying they have receipts, proof, screenshots, timeline, freaking everything. And they had nothing. Okay. Kyle Chan had a screenshot of a text message that he held up with his clear coat nails. And then someone in the chat clocked it and was like, that's a screenshot. And he was like, oh, sorry. And then he showed, and the only proof, the receipts he had, was Billie Lee sending him a text saying, why are you doing an interview on Up and Adam with this lady, Vicky, when she said such horrible things about you? And we'll get into the horrible things. Thank you, Jill Christine. Thank you, NYCMP says, BJ and Joe have some tea, or the Toms wouldn't be afraid. Oh, well, give us the tea then. Billie? Are you talking about Billie Lee? Oh, BL or BJ? Who's the BJ? I don't do BJ's. No, I'm just kidding. BJ and Joe have some. And see, DRX, thank you for the super chat. I'm in Vegas. I was hoping for, this is an emergency live from you to make sense of this. Hubby thinks I'm funny for staying in our suite because I need to be here for this therapy session. Oh my God, DRX, I love it. I hope you're having the best time in Vegas. And apologies to your hubby for stealing you away. Mtronics, thank you for being a member for 9 months. Holy shit, Mtronics, thank you. Do you think they're trolling us? Yes, I hope so. Because real people can't talk like this, right? This can't be. Okay. So again, Up and Adam, I'm going to link I'm actually going to, let me just do this real quick because I love Up and Adam. I don't want them to think that I'm, trying to steal their content. I just want to roast these people and provide commentary. So I want you to go to Adam and give him all the likes and give him all the comments and love. Say, Joleen sent me, even though you guys were probably in the live thing because everybody knows who Up and Adam is because he has holy shit, Adam's up to 214,000 subscribers. Get it? We're just trying to hit 40 over here. We're not asking for much. So right here is Adam's link. I'm telling you, watch the whole thing. Please watch the whole thing. If I had to, you have to. And just watch Adam's face too. Also, yeah, when they talk about modeling, which I was bored about, but I was because Adam was like, I was signed with Wilhelmina. I'm like, of course he was. He's like the most gorgeous man I've ever seen in my life. Like, he's so pretty. I was signed with Costco. No, I did sign something with Costco, and I am an executive member. So I don't have Ford agency modeling, and I don't have Wilhelmina, but I am an executive member at Costco. So I don't know which is better. You tell me. I'm not sure. All right. So I just have like a little hodgepodge of some of the stuff. Let me pull this up here of what they said, but we'll talk about some more things. Okay. Let me pull it up here. Okay. So not only did Adam have them from an interview. So the first part of the interview was them just kind of explaining who they are. Because people are like, who are you? I don't know. We've never heard from Victoria. We've only seen her in crop tops and sharing 90s grunge music and Smashing Pumpkins songs in her stories on Instagram. Not that I follow her, but I follow her. Okay. We just know her for having fantastic crop top body. And Kyle Chain, we just know him from being annoying, from being a Tom enabler. Let's just be real. That's what Kyle Chain is. No offense, all offense, Kyle Chain, but you kind of suck. And that's just, I just say how I feel it. You guys, if you like him, you can feel free. I'm sure he's a wonderful person, but I've listened to Tom's podcast. I've watched the show, and he's just up Tom's ass so far. And I feel like he's just a number one enabler, and I don't get it at all. What's the appeal? What's the draw when you could be friends with Ariana or Katie or anybody, even Sheena, even Lala? Why pick Sandoval of all the people? But okay, so he does. So right away, they're like, oh, how do you know everybody? Kyle Chan, how do you know everybody? And Kyle's like, well, back in the 1800s, I met everyone at Pomp, and you're like, oh, boring, bring a book. I get it. We need backstory. But, Kyle just wants to tell us about that. Victoria's just like, me and Tom, hold on a second. I was a Wilhelmina. No, I wasn't. That was Adam. I was a Ford model when right. Kyle. Okay, Kyle. Mm-hmm. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Gross. Okay. Don't touch me. Gross. Don't touch me. Kyle. Okay. I signed with Ford Models. My mom brought my picture in when I was 19, and she signed me sight unseen, which never happens. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty great. It was pretty great. And Tom and I were like, hold on a second. We are friends. First, we were like, he's like such a good guy. We were such good friends. Like, we were friends that touched genitals. And then we just we fell in love so deeply, so intensely. We're just something about these people. I don't know what's in the Molly in LA, or the ecstasy, as they say, but how could you be so deep in love with a man in a public cheating scandal who you barely know? We just all I knew about him is he was he had like a really dirty D, but we like fell in love. We fell in love like so truly, madly, deeply. And then she like fell asleep. So there were parts of the interview. I wasn't even sure if Vicky was awake. So Vicky told us that she loves Tom's. He's great. But then there were times where it looked like she really didn't like him. And that I can relate to. I was like, hashtag relatable. Okay. Hashtag relatable. Copper Top, thank you so much for the super chat. You're always spot on. Love from Minnesota. Oh my God. Shout out to my Minnesota homies. Bravo buds. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ex-smoker craved a smoke after watching the live. Really? I mean, yes, I get it. As an Elkie, I wanted to drink. I was like, give me all of the alcohol because these people are cuckoo bananas. All right. So let's listen a little bit. So after Adam gets through like the pleasantries, they start to, Kyle Chain tries to tell us that Tom Sandoval doesn't do substances. He doesn't do the DRUGS. You can't say that on YouTube or they'll like knock you out of the algorithm. Last live we did, they completely demonetized me and knocked me out of the algorithm because we had a good time. We can't be adults. So thank you, Fire Robin, for the super sticker. So I have to spell it out. So Kyle was like, no, Tom, we barely do shots. Are you kidding me? I literally saw Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz at the Bourbon Room when Up and Adam and Zach Peter did their show, the tea show that they did together, which was fantastic, by the way. And I was there, did a little stand-up, talked with the Toms. They were at the bar more than anyone. Okay? Even my mom, Nana, was like, they like to throw them back. Minnesota Nana was like, oh. There were shots. There were things. Please stop, Kyle Chain. Why? It's like right away how do we believe anybody when everyone's showing themselves to be liars? How can we trust Billie Lee when she was so far up Tom's butt? How can we trust Kyle when he's so far up Tom's butt? How can we trust Vicky when she lets Tom in her butt? You know what I mean? Like, how can we trust these people? So they're liars. They're lying liars who lie. So it just has to be entertainment at this point. It just has to be entertainment. Lala Buffenmeyer, thank you so much for the super chat. Lala says, Jolene, you are so right. She has a new house. She has had a house forever without furniture. I thought I was being punked for spending 1 hour and 36 minutes of my life watching this craziness. You might have been. Thank you, Meg. She for the super chat. I'm an executive Costco member. Is my new class. Serious. I show that shit to everybody. It's like, what is that? Frank's hot sauce. I put that on everything. I show that shit to everyone. Anybody tries to down talk me, they're like, oh, get out of here, you fat bitch. I'm like, executive member at Costco. Eat it. Suck it. Okay. All right. Let's listen to a little bit. Let me grab my freaking AirPod. Where is it now? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry, husband. I have to put you to, I got to put on my do not disturb. I love you. Drive safe home from work if you see this, Hype Man Husband Show, but we are very busy. I haven't even taken my vitamin D for the day. So that's what my husband reminds me of, vitamin D. All right. Let's take a listen to some of the stuff these people were saying. Sound off in the chat. I love to hear from you guys. All right, here we go. Put a thumbs up when you can hear the audio.
For one, she's using text on a story because...
I'll tell you real quick before I start that. After Adam gets to the pleasantries and Tom doesn't drink, Tom's kind of great. It's really hard. And then Vicky throws this shot at Rachel Raquel.
Oh my God, what is it? It's not normal. It's not normal for, that's just not normal. And, or it would be Raquel, Rachel, whatever her name is this week, coming out with a podcast as well. So yeah, it was a lot.
We don't want to see video of her literally. Tom wanted me to help her.
Coming out with a podcast as well. I was like, oh, it's Rocky now. It's Rocky Balboa. Okay. Rocky Balboa. These people are just, what? What is wrong? What? Okay. So you guys can hear that. So then after they get through all this, stuff they talk about up front, then Adam's like, let's play. This is my favorite part. Adam, you were good for this. You did real good. He's like, let's play what Billie Lee's been saying about you guys. What has she been saying about Vicky? So Adam's playing. Billie Lee's been on her stories. I mean, Billie Lee was also roasting up and Adam. Like Billie Lee's like coming for everyone. She's like, come to my comedy shows. Come to my comedy shows. I don't know. Maybe she's doing bringer show. I'm not sure. But Billie Lee, as a comedian, maybe because, you can only perform if you bring this many people, because Billie Lee is even hitting her stories going, you guys, I don't know what it is too about the LA women who get the lip injections. Shout out. I'm not saying I'd never do it, but they always suck their lips. Do you notice that? Everyone. Lala, now Billie Lee. Billie Lee's like, I'm on set. And they make noises like they're either like eating something really tasty or they're having the intercourses. But she's like, hey guys. And she whispers too. In her story, she's been like, hey guys, it's me, Billie Lee. I'm on set. And she keeps saying she's on set. And it's like, girl, we get it. We get it. Like, I'm doing a movie. I lived in LA too, as like a comedian that wanted to make it as well. And you're not doing a Scorsese. Okay. Could be a student film, could be your friends. It could be a web series with your friends. You could make a web series like I did called Bipolar Becky, but she's like, I'm doing this. I have a movie. I don't have to do my lines. My scene isn't for like 2 hours. So I thought I'd talk to you guys. I'm like, Billie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, she was too busy. She's like, I'm acting and I'm on tour. Girl, you're hitting like, listen, as a comedian, I get it. We all like to say we're on tour. I've done it before too, but you're hitting like 5 places. Okay. We're not Amy Schumering it yet. But yes, are you leaving the vicinity of where you live? 100%. P.S. I'll be on tour. Technically, I'll be in Arizona at Mic Drop Comedy Club headlining, and also be at Mic Drop Comedy Club in San Diego. Links to get tickets are in the description of this video. I can do it too, Billie. She was really like, it's like, Billie, you're doing a little too much. You're doing a little too much over here. I'm acting. I'm very booked and busy. You have like 5 shows out of town, maybe 4. Let's calm it down in excess. We're not okay. SWV. Why are all of my references elderly? I love it. I love it. NYCMP said, that's not lip fillers. That's okay, it is. Billie just like making out with himself all the time. All the time. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? Thank you. It's because I'm sucking my lips so much. All right. So then back to this. Adam is like, let's listen to what Billie's been saying about you in her stories. And I'm like, oh, I love this. So then I just zoomed in on them listening to Billie Lee. I think I zoomed in. Let's take a listen. Put a thumbs up when you guys hear it.
For one, she's using text on a story because we don't want to see video of her literally slurring her words. That's what it's like when you have a conversation with that girl. And staying relevant. Like, girl, you're so desperate. You're dating Tom Sandwell. Like, what? Like,
can we pause that?
Can we pause
Tom
that?
wanted me to help get her an assistant.
Adam, stop it.
Let's just pause that really quick. So slurring my words. I'm just going to go ahead and say.
Was that just to prove that you're slurring your words? She's like, can we pause that for a second? Kyle, I'm going to talk. I don't know why you're here. I think you're here to make sure I stay upright. Can we pause? So slurring my words? Let's just say slurring my. So Vicky is going to tell us that everybody's got a really tragic story, which I've learned with the Bravo celebrities, from Joe to everybody. They're like, and then one time I was hit by a train. Everyone has their own train stories. And I'm sure that's true with life. We can all think of some trauma, but no one can just say, yeah, I drink a little too much. I slur. Everyone's like, no, my lips were hit by a bus. It's very insensitive. You're very insensitive. Okay. So she's going to tell us, Adam, stop it. Stop it, Adam. Ford models to Wilhelmina models. Stop it. Stop it. Hit the pause, Adam. I don't know how the internet works, but stop this video right now.
Like, girl, you're so desperate. You're dating Tom Sandwell. Like, what? Like,
can we pause that?
Tom wanted me to help get her an assistant.
Let's just pause that really quick. So slurring my words.
Slurring.
I'm just going to go ahead and say I
know my video is a little blurry because I was like, I don't have to do high quality. You get the high quality over at Up and Adam here on YouTube. Go to Up and Adam's channel, search Up and Adam. You get the high quality, high res. Ours is blurry. Okay. Did you see Kyle Chan? He was like, oh God, this bitch. Okay. She's going to, okay. You know Kyle Chan. He's like, ugh. He hangs out with Tom Sandwell. He doesn't like when women talk either. He's like, oh, this bitch is going to talk. Okay. I guess. Do we have to let the uterus talk? Okay, we're going to let the uterus talk. Go ahead, ovaries.
Pause that.
Tom wanted me to help get her an assistant.
Let's just pause that really quick. So slurring my words. I'm just going to go ahead and say I was in a really bad car accident. I do sometimes slur my words, especially whenever I get very nervous or anxious.
Okay, I'm super sorry that you're in a car accident, but how come everyone has some kind of tragedy, pimp, sad fishing story for that? Sometimes I stutter. Just because I was a stuttering kid. That's it. And sometimes it comes back. Honest to blog. That's what happened. But she's like, my lips were hit by a bus. I'm so sorry.
I'm just going to go ahead and say I was in a really bad car accident. I do sometimes slur my words, especially whenever I get very nervous or anxious or anything. I do slip on my words. I don't do drugs. It has nothing to do with anything like.
Baby, you're a model. Stop. Okay. It's okay. I don't even care if you do drugs. It's on you. That's your prerogative. It's my prerogative, Bobby Brown. I don't even care. But you're a model. And you're a 31-year-old model. So whenever you signed, come on. No offense, all offense to models, but it's like, let's say comedians going, I don't drink. Well, you don't drink either because you're an alcoholic and recovering or because you're sleeping. So you can't drink when you're sleeping or you're lying. That doesn't make any sense. You know, like Judge Judy says, if it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true. Girl, please.
Like that. So that's actually very triggering and upsetting to me to hear.
Oh my God. It's actually very triggering for me to hear that I would do drugs. Is this the Joe Crackhead 2.0 scenario where Joe's like, you guys, people keep calling me a crackhead. And I'm like, not a crackhead. I'm just like, you know, and then with Joe, she adds to the story. And now they call me a crackhead. Jackson Kristen did. And they attribute it to my ADHD. And we're like, where? The only person the first person to call themselves a crackhead or call you a crackhead was you, Joe, in pictures on Instagram. We showed it here. And then conveniently, strangely, ironically, weirdly, you went and changed the caption. Like, just own your shit. Quit being triggered by everybody and just own your shit. Right? I mean, it's just a lot. I'm very triggered. And then we're all supposed to go, she's triggered. Stop it. She's triggered. Stop. You knock it off. She's the hot model who says she doesn't do drugs but got signed sight unseen by Ford models she's triggered. Everybody stop. Stop what you're doing, regular, boring ass, ugly ass people. Because you know they all talk like the middle of they talk down to us. Like we're all just like these nobodies. They all go, you guys, here's how LA works. And we're like, we don't care. Like LA people think you care how LA works, but only people in LA care how LA works. Nobody else cares about how LA works. Nobody. We just don't. When I was in LA, I didn't even care about how LA worked. They're so sniffing their own toots. Just for all you ugly fucks in Iowa who will be probably watching this later with like your 401ks and families and riding lawnmowers. What happens is if you go into a modeling agency, if your mom does with your picture and you're like really hot, so like don't look in the mirror because you won't see it. Like look at me. They'll sign you. And then I showed up and they were like, oh my God, thank God you're as hot as you are in this picture. Just so you know, you little poor farm babies out there watching this. Okay. Lala does this shit. They all talk down to us. Like we're just like, okay. You know, we don't care. I don't care. You are the joke. We're not like, ooh, you're not what we aspire to be. No offense, all offense. But it's like, there are people out there with like really important jobs. Like when Lala says like, it's just so hard being on a reality show. Bitch, learn from Utah. It's so freaking hard. Disengage. Okay. I put myself out there. No, bitches. Nurses put themselves out there. Doctors, freaking dentists put themselves out there. What? You're not doing that. You have the privilege of having a ridiculous job where they pay you a lot of money. Teachers put themselves out there. Please quit taking yourself so seriously. Okay.
Here.
Just triggered. Just triggered.
Yeah.
And
okay.
She's been providing a safe space for Joe, and she said
I just had to keep stopping. A safe space, Kyle Chain. You were 3 comments away from transphobia in this interview, but you want a safe space. Did you hear the way Kyle Chan would talk about Billie? She's using the trans card. And I'm like, oh God. I don't trust people that say the cards. Like when people say she's using the race card, I go, I don't like that. That's just, and then Kyle Chan would just say, but she's so pretty. That's all he could say about Billie. Okay, Kyle. So calm down with your safe space, Kyle. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie McLaughlin says, it's crazy to me that I believe this woman's slobbering over those 2. I cannot handle this madness. Also officially subscribed to you, girl. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for joining us. Ugly people over here. Alexia, that was so sweet of you. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships to my channel. Let me know if you were one of the lucky winners. Chickenhead PK Neely, thank you so much for the super chat. Chickenhead says, I'm confused. What does she do for a living? We don't know. She doesn't know. She takes care of her dad in a car accident, in her house, not in her house, while going to casting or having castings, while leaving an agency that's not Ford Models, even though she was signed by Ford Models when she was 19, sight unseen. But now she's in a big house. It's huge. It's big. Did she tell you it was big? Because it's big. It's a big house. It's a huge house. And she needs an assistant because how do you decorate a big house? It's just such a big house. And it's in the hills. In case you want to feel like more of a loser, it's in the hills. But we don't know. She did really well for herself. She took care of her dad forever. But then she was also in Europe. And by Europe, she means Milan. Because it's the only place that she mentioned. All over Europe, Milan. Apparently that's the only place she went. So we don't know. Like, how can she afford a house? We don't know. Hide from nowhere or the rainforest. Yes, exactly. NYCMP says, why not focus on Joe being a peanut Joe? Oh, crap. Okay. Is easier to call out the lies. Billie Lee just seems more credible. Go for Joe. Crazy and lies. She can be everyone's scapegoat. I don't know what's good. Joe is like, at this point, it's like, I'm a little nervous about even talking about Joe. Christina says, did you notice Billie, Vicky, and Britt all say exactly. Especially when you're very beautiful and you get signed sight unseen. Sight unseen.
Sometimes slur my words, especially whenever I get very nervous or anxious or anything. I do slip on my words. I don't do drugs. It has nothing to do with anything like that. So that's actually very triggering and upsetting to me to hear. Yeah.
And
Okay.
She's been providing a safe space for Joe, and she says she's a girls, but then she used the same tactic to attack Victoria.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna get into that in a second, but I want to finish after the slurring. I just want to finish this clip, and then I want to.
Girls, but then she used the same.
Adam goes, whoa, you're jumping ahead. But after the slurring, we're gonna talk about the slurring. And Kyle Chan is talking about Billie Lee. How Billie Lee, he said, is providing in my safe space, providing a safe space for Joe to talk about how Joe has just been done so dirty by being called, I guess, a crackhead or something, and not understanding that a man at 41, 42 who says, let's wait 8 years and hide you in the closet, but I'll still have sex with you, is just using you in a rebound, and it doesn't mean anything, and we should move on. But it's très difficile. And then her doing that, but then she goes, according to Kyle Chan, and she talks shit about Vicky. So how can she be a feminist? How can she be for the women's if she's mean to a woman? Because feminism doesn't mean we got to get along with every woman. I don't know what these guys think. They think, oh, she's a feminist. Oh, she's critical of another woman. There's no, in the feminist handbook that we all get when we start menstruating, nowhere does it say that we have to agree with all the things that every woman is saying. At least not in my copy. Let me know if your copies are different.
Same tactic to attack Victoria.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna get into that in a second, but I want to finish after the slurring.
So what does she mean by big? And it's like, oh my God.
In providing a space.
My own fingers are like, skip ahead.
Safe space for Joe, and she says she's a girls, but then she used the same tactic to attack Victoria.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna get into that in a second, but I want to finish after the slurring. I just want to finish this clip, and then I want to.
Girls, but then she used the same tactic to attack Victoria.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna get into that in a second,
Hold
but
up.
I want to finish after the slurring. I just want to finish this clip, and then I want to hear what you guys have to say about it.
Okay. I hired him too. And I'm like, what does she do? She sleeps all day and parties all night. Like, the girl hasn't worked in years. And even, like, I think she got, like, one small little gig, and it's like, oh my God, Victoria's finally working. Like, the girl barely works. She cannot hold a job. She can barely hold a conversation. So what does she mean by relevant? Sweetie.
Victoria's just getting roasted up by Billie. Billie's like, she doesn't work. She doesn't do shit. What does she do? And then Adam's low-key roasting him, being like, after the slurring, I love it. I love this. I love this. Okay. Let's keep going.
Sweetie, I'm on tour. Barely, like, the girl barely works. She cannot hold a job. She can barely hold a conversation. So what does she mean by relevant? Sweetie, I'm on tour. Barely works. She got like one
Look at
small,
Victoria's
she
face.
sleeps all day and parties all night. Like, the girl hasn't worked in years. And even, like, I think she got like one small little gig, and it's like, oh my God, Victoria's finally working. Like, the girl barely works. She cannot hold a job. She can barely hold a conversation. So what does she mean by relevant? Sweetie, I'm on tour. Still in traffic.
Billie Lee's story would end, her talking shit story, and then she would be like, oh shit, because Instagram, has a little time limit. She's like, still in traffic, guys. I'm still in traffic. Let me whisper some more mean nothings about Vicky.
Oh, yeah. He told me, he's like, I want to get her an assistant because I feel like it'd encourage her to, like, get up, get out of bed, and basically do something with her life. Like, he wanted to get her an assistant, not because she's busy, but, like, to help keep her on track and to pull her out of bed and basically make her be productive. That's what the assistant was for.
So there's Billie Lee in her car. Like, Vicky is like totally lazy, and Tom Sandwell, who can be in an ice bath for like a ridiculous amount of time, and I was so impressed with him this season. He said he needs to get her assistant because she's a lazy ass, and it would motivate her to get off her lazy ass. Like, she doesn't do anything. And Victoria's like, and I 100% believe that Tom Sandoval would say this. Tom Sandoval hates women. When are we going to just like say it? Everyone say it, don't spray it, write it everywhere. Tom Sandoval hates women. He hates women. This is what he does. He talks bad about all the women he's with. He gets women to fight women. He's horrible. And here's Vicky having to hear firsthand from one of Tom's besties that he's talking behind her back like, oh, we got to get this chick a friggin' assistant because she ain't getting out of bed. And I need this bitch to fill the batteries. We know he wants the batteries, the paper towels, and he needs his underwear cleaned, even though he doesn't really change his underwear that much. But he does got a couple crusty pairs that need to be washed. And he ain't going to do it with his man hands. He wants to take money from women, like with his mom. He needs a woman that can actually sing to, be the somewhat side, even though she should be the lead of the band. What's her name? Maddie. He's always like, oh, everyone is so mean to Maddie. But Maddie's like she's like talented and should just have her own band. So he always needs women to pick up his mess, and he always is ready to throw a woman under the bus. So yeah, Vicky, he was saying this shit. Yeah, he is a cis male. Thank you, Lisette. He was a cis male.
Yeah, clearly that didn't work out. Girl, I can go on and on and on. She best shut her mouth because I have to say if you really want to go there.
Dang, Billie's been hanging out with Lauren from Utah. I gets to clapping. If you wants to go there, I got time, even though I'm on tour and I'm acting and I'm trying to find a bathroom in LA so that I can pee on my Instagram stories for everyone to hear.
Ooh. Let's go, girl. Let's go. Let's go.
I will say this part of the Billie, I'm okay if you like, she reads her, and just is like, and she does this. Okay. But then when she's like, oh, you want to go, girl? Let's go. I'm like, aren't we like 36, 35, 40, 50? How old are we? It's a little embarrassing. It's a little, as my almost 10-year-old niece would say, you're maximum cringe, Jolene. That's maximum cringe, Billie.
Also, she is right about this. She didn't touch Ariana's stuff.
She peed on it. Oh no, stop it.
She had Josh. Well, she had Tom and Josh hire
There's always a Josh.
someone, movers, to come move all of Ariana's stuff. So she's right. She didn't physically do anything for sure.
What's Vicky drinking?
But it was her decision. And to be fair, like, yeah, if there's like a big fucking painting of my man and his ex-girlfriend in the house, cover that up, take it down. I 100% agree with that. But girl, don't be going and moving all of someone.
Girl, don't be going and moving someone because I disengage. Hi, I'm still in traffic on my way to a movie set. Still in traffic. Definitely in traffic. They don't have enough bathrooms in LA. In traffic.
Someone on stuff when they own half of the fucking house. Like, let them come and do it themselves. Like, let their people handle it. Like, how dare you? Relevant.
Okay. So I just want to say too, for people who are watching, obviously, because people are automatically, that's just how the world works. People are going to be team this or team that. And I'm trying to understand and put more context into the conversation. I'm not team anyone. Victoria, I have not met you in person. Kyle, I have met you in person. Billie, I've met in person. And I don't have a dog in this fight. But what I do want to ask is, Billie Lee came out and said, especially for you, Victoria, that she has receipts on you. So if you want to play this game,
Ooh.
she is more than happy to play.
Bad Girls Club.
What
Throw
receipts?
her bed in the
we should
pool.
explain the intervention that she created.
Yeah, we can just go fully in.
Yeah.
Because
Let's go fully in. That's what I mean. It's Friday night. Let's do
So this is when I got excited. I was like, oh my God, yes, go fully in. So we're going to get to something. Because poor Adam, he's like trying to like drag. Okay, tell us. Yes, please. At one point, he even encouraged Victoria, who just kept looking at Kyle like, should I? Shouldn't I? Don't touch me. Ew, gross. I was signed sight unseen. Should I? And Adam's like, yes, Vicky, let it out, girl. Get it. Get your man. Free the tits. Free the nipple. Let's do this. And so at this point, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to get so good. And it just got messier and more confusing. And you see Vicky, she's like, okay, well, I guess if Billie's going to do, I'm going to let it all out too. I'm just going to do it too. If Billie's too, and Kyle's like, yeah, women suck. I hate all women. I like Tom Sandoval and necklaces. Yeah, La La Land. Let's go. Do it.
Let's do it. Go
You
ahead.
wanted to go? Let's go, Billie.
Yeah. I want to know.
We weren't gonna do this, by
Of
the
course they
way,
weren't.
at all. We were gonna be very put together, and we weren't gonna say anything about this.
Yeah, we want to be sensitive to her feelings.
Yeah.
But then she continued to double
Now
down
you guys
and
got me like
threaten
on
us.
the edge of my seat.
You're gonna be on the edge of your seat. It's pretty.
No, that's not how the edge of the seat works, Vicky. Adam's like, okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. Give me something. Come on. I mean, Adam doesn't do marathon lives like I do, where I just will talk for 3 hours. Adam's like, let's get to business, baby. I'm a businessman. Okay. 214K subs. Let's go. I'm giving you a platform. She's like, yeah, you're going to be on the edge of your seat. That's not how that works. He says he's on the edge of his seat. That means you gotta give. Samantha Stevens, thank you so much. Samantha says, I feel bad saying this, but a pretty girl with brain injury may be the perfect match for Tom Sandoval. I think Tom Sandoval, the perfect match for him is anyone who isn't at this point going to challenge him. Unfortunately, maybe someone possibly comatose. I know, because consent, duh. But you know what I mean? Like it's gonna take a certain. When I first saw Vicky, I was like, what is she doing with him? And she went from Leo to him. What's going on? What happened? So I don't know if she has like TBI, CTE, traumatic brain injury. I'm not sure from this accident she was in or when the bus hit her lips allegedly. I have no idea what's happening because we didn't get the specifics on that. But we're just glad Victoria's okay. And I hope that she gets away from Tom Sandoval one day because this was a bad look. But we're going to keep playing it. Christina, thank you so much. Did you notice? Oh, wait, you already said that. Especially. I already read that. especially. Jamie, thank you for the super chat. Jamie says, yeah, just like Tom has never done drugs and never broadcast on PPR. He literally said at the reunion. And Sheena was like, there were times when Tom and Ariana were very loving and kissing on each other. And Tom was like, yeah, but like at the rolling at festivals, it was only when we were rolling at festivals,
Have some remorse, have some sensitivity.
So he already told us he does the droogies. All right. Mtronics, thank you for the super chat. Especially makes sense why she's with Sandoval. Yeah. NYCMP says Joe and Vicky talking about liars triggering. I mean, yeah, we're not getting much truth out of these. Kelly, thank you for the super chat. Jacob's Canvas, one of my besties. Hi, Steve. Hi, Jake. Thank you for watching. Kate Ann, thank you for gifting a membership. That is amazing that you guys are doing that. Thank you so much. And congrats to whoever received the membership. Kelly says Vicky moved Billie's plants. Oh, yeah. Billie said she moved it into Ariana's bathroom. Vicky, allegedly, the full story is, my sources says Vicky peed on the plants. Yeah. And she poured Four Loko, the blue kind that you guys were talking about, on it. And then she put it in Ariana's toilet. Yeah, she did. And then she said, you're ugly and no one would ever sign you sight unseen. Spider plant or whatever. I was mother-in-law's tongue, whatever plants are named. I have a lot of plants. I just don't know what their names are. XP Gamer, thank you for the super chat. Says, we miss you, Jolene. Come to San Diego. I am coming to San Diego. Jake, Steve, XP Gamer, everyone in San Diego, mark your calendars. August 10th at Mic Drop Comedy Club. Link is in the description. Get your tickets. Only 50 seats. That's a small one. The one in Arizona has 250 seats. This one only has 50 seats. So get your seats before they sell out. And come see me. Come say hi. We can tuck some sheets together. Okay? Tuck some sheets together.
It's pretty crazy. We weren't going to speak about this at all. But Billie, I'm sure you're watching. You kind of put the nail in your own coffin today.
So Billie,
Oh, that was so mean, girls. Vicky, give it to me, Vic. That was my favorite Vicky part. Okay, you kind of put the nail in your own coffin, Billie. Let's watch that one more time. Oh, she brought it. It's already been brought in.
But Billie, I'm sure you're watching.
Billie, I'm sure you're watching. There's 3,500 in the live chat. How many watched your little podcast, Billie? 5.
You kind of put the nail in your own coffin today.
so
Damn, you just got popped. You got popped. That's Vicky popping. Lala pops like this, but Vicky pops like that.
Billie doesn't know that we actually talked and we knew what she did. So
What did she do?
basically, she was
Poor Adam. I was like, what'd she do? Can we get to the point? What did she do? So Kyle's like, Billie doesn't know that we know that she knew that we did what she did, what we knew that she said that we did, but we know. And she knows, but we don't know, but she doesn't know.
the intervention was created by her, but
The intervention was created by Billie. We got that. She told us that, I think.
she wanted to say that it was me who created it because that way all the people in Tom's team will believe it and they will.
Oh, Vicky. Vicky's like, I go to yoga, hot yoga. I was signed sight unseen at my yoga studio. I just get my membership for free and they let me sweat all over the place because when you're hot and you're not freaking ugly like the rest of you, you can just get stuff for free.
Was created by her, but she wanted to say that it was me who created it because that way all the people in Tom's team will believe it and they will come and Tom will join. So then, but then she was calling me one day frantically and I have never received a call with Billie. So then I put all of them, I'm like, I don't have a good feeling about this because Victoria already told me what she said about me. So then I put Victoria and Tom on the phone and Billie has no idea. So she was telling me that Victoria is a drug addict, all of these things, and that she got Tom drinking and they don't wake up until 5 p.m. So then I think it's Tom is dropping all the
These freaking women keep putting Tom in the worst situations. I feel so bad for Tom Sandoval. All of these women are so evil. They keep putting Tom. You mean Tom stopped drinking? And he only stopped drinking to support Rachel because he's a great guy, y'all. And now Vicky comes along with her TNA and is like, have some hard seltzers, Tom. You want to get with a model that was signed sight unseen? You better get a hard seltzer in that mouth of yours. He got them Costco seltzers. They really want us to believe that, well, I know Billie and them do, that Vicky had to come along and make Tom drink. Tom's blood alcohol level is vodka. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's whatever. Give me a break. It's Pinot Grigio. It's whatever's available. It's tequila. His blood type, not his alcohol level. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But there's always a woman. Poor Tom. He can't do shit. These women don't stock the batteries. They want to get help, like therapy, like Rachel Raquel. What a bitch. You know, then Vicky comes along with her wildly women ways with their nipples, and she's like, drink, Tom, drink. And then he can't help himself. Okay.
all the show. He's not booking any gig. And Jason, it's
Laptop owner Jason. That's the first mention of Jason. We all know his drummer, aka his wife, who the husband to the woman who works for Howie Mandel, which is why Sandoval got the interview with Howie Mandel. That was such a shit show, but so great. If you are new to the channel, we did do a deep dive into that, like a 2-part. Check that out on my channel if you haven't already. But where's laptop owner Jason? We call him laptop owner because he's always has a laptop on his lap for all the podcasts that he does with Tom. For Tom's Everybody Hates, Everybody Loves Tom, whatever his podcast is called. But he never uses a laptop. And I know he has a boner for Tom. So he's laptop owner Jason. Yes, Wanda Lee, you get it. You get it. Where's Jason? Because that's like Tom's main man. That's his main man. Okay? I hope finally Jason's wife picked him up in the minivan, was like, get in the Chrysler. We're going home. This is ridiculous. You caping for a 50-year-old wannabe karaoke singer. Get in the car. We got 2 kids. Well, they got 1 on the way, but 1 already. Mazel. So, okay, let's keep going.
mad and threatened to quit. And Josh is not having a good time, which is the assistant. So we need to get together. And
so she called Kyle Chan. She was like, listen. Or Kyle Chan called her. Somebody called somebody. And she was like, we got to get an intervention. Tom's drinking because of Vicky. Tom's doing the drugs because of Vicky. They're sleeping till 5. He's not showing up at stuff. Laptop owner Jason can't find him. He has karaoke shows to perform at. He's not doing it. Let's go. And Kyle Chan's like, oh, okay.
have Tom like really wake him up. I'm like, if that's the case, that's not good. And she's like, they're fighting all the time. They're very toxic.
Were you guys fighting all the time, Victoria?
You want me to tell you why we were fighting?
No, we don't. No, we don't. That's why he has to. Do you want me to tell you why we're fighting? Hold on. It was because of freaking Billie. That bitch. Another woman blaming a woman. Tom is a misogynist, and everyone around Tom is a misogynist. And if it's a woman, she has internalized misogyny. So I'll tell you where. Want me to tell you why? I was signed sight unseen. And Tom was jealous because he was the model, but he wasn't signed sight unseen. So one day we were laying in bed, and I said, Tom, that's your name, right? And he said, yeah. I said, when I was signed sight unseen, and then he freaked out because he was upset over the Billie stuff. And he said, I wasn't signed sight unseen. No. And I thought he said John Cena. And then we got in an argument about John Cena because I said, oh, he's kind of attractive. And then Tom got so mad, and he picked up his dick flute and he shoved it in his mouth and bit off the tip because of Billie. That's what happened. I'll tell you.
Yeah, we were fighting. We weren't fighting all the time. We were fighting actually. We didn't know this at the time. So what was happening is Billie was trying to isolate Tom pretty much.
Oh,
that's what we found out at the
Wants to
very
kidnap-
end.
oh my
and
God.
I was close.
Poor Tom. Now he's getting iced out. Oh my God. Poor Tom. Billie was trying to wear his skin. Cena. Oh my God. Do you want to know why we're fighting? Okay, let me look over to the left. That means I'm lying. Wait, yep, that's the left. Okay. Well, Billie was trying to isolate him and control him. Yeah. But she was not a model for Ford. So I was like, not today, Besh, not to that. Did she really? Oh my God.
Yeah, we were fighting. We weren't fighting all the time. We were fighting actually. We didn't know this at the time. So what was happening was Billie was trying to isolate Tom pretty much. That's what we found out at the very end. And I was close. Well, it was not. I'm sorry. I wasn't close with Billie, but I trusted Billie at the time. I liked Billie. And there was one time in the kitchen, which there are cameras, and there is a camera in Tom's living room that points towards the kitchen. Okay. And the red light is on, so I'm assuming that it's recording. Hoping, praying to God it's recording. But anyways, I'm sitting down in a chair, and she's started crying over a podcast. I don't know, something that's irrelevant. And she started like just talking about something. And then
that's not very nice. Her feelings aren't irrelevant. That's going to be very triggering for her, Vicky. She's going to need a safe space for sure. She was crying over like some podcast. It was hers, or I think there's some girl named Joleen who was like roasting her, and she was like really sad about it or something. I said, no, it's irrelevant. She was crying. Either way, it wasn't about me, and it wasn't a pretty cry. And I was like, you would never get signed sight unseen with those tears, Billie.
And all of a sudden where I said something like, do you trust Kyle? I don't know how we got into the conversation. I can't remember. I'm also just a bit like frazzled right now and kind of worked.
Why would you ask Billie if she trusts Kyle? Either you're trying to set her up, or you don't like Kyle and you're trying to talk shit about him. Like, I don't understand how we got on the topic of why I would ask, do you trust Kyle? So there was a camera over here. So it's a blank cam because Tom is a Costco member too. And I was like, the red light's on. I hope the camera's filming, because I heard one time people told me that cameras film you. So I was like, okay. I was like, Billie. I looked right at the camera because I wanted to make sure. Billie, do you trust Kyle? And then I don't remember why I asked her that. It was just like, like, what's the weather? How are things going? What are you doing? Is that a new lip gloss? Do you trust Kyle?
I'm worked up right now, to be honest.
No, that's fine.
I'm a little bit worked up right now.
Yeah, great story, Vicky.
But anyways, so she stood and she like put her hand on the kitchen counter, and she looked at me and she was like, girl, you cannot trust Kyle. Kyle has, and this is something you should never say, no matter what you.
What? Lice, fleas, a car, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, Covina, a UTI. She said, something you shouldn't talk about. He said, Kyle has a urinary tract infection, and I have had a urinary tract infection, and I take cranberry every day to line my uterine lining or whatever it's called. And I just don't play with uterine infections or yeast infections, because Easter's for a yeaster for Easter. So when he was like, she was like, Kyle has a UTI. I was like, first of all, if you haven't done the urinalysis, don't tell me. Did he consent to you sharing his medical information? Maybe he just wiped back to front. I was just like, that is just so not sight unseen. This is ridiculous. Let's see. Let's have her say it.
Girl, she was like, you cannot trust Kyle. Kyle has, and this is something you should never say.
Okay.
No matter what, you do not joke around about this. I won't
say it. Just say it.
Kyle has tried to drug Tom and take advantage of him.
Oh, poor Tom. Everybody wants some. So Billie Lee's trying to isolate him. Ariana's a bitch to him, doesn't refill the batteries. Rachel ditched him and he loved her and he quit drinking for her. And now Kyle is trying to droog him, give him substances to take advantage of him. Hashtag Tom too. Oh my God, Vicky. You guys, I hope Tom's okay in Scotland. All the people on the Traitors season 3 cast, I hope they're not isolating him, giving him substances and trying to take advantage of him, or taking all the batteries and paper towels.
Or say, no matter what, you do not joke around.
No matter what, don't ever say it. Don't say it. Don't spray it. Don't pretend to say it. Don't do it. Don't use it. If someone has a UTI, that's their business.
She's on the
And then
kitchen
so
camera.
I'm having. She said, don't tell anybody.
So then she made me pinky promise. Billie Lee was like, listen, Vicky, you're beautiful. You were probably signed sight unseen by Ford Modeling Agency. Don't tell anybody. It's like a chain letter, but not. It's like the opposite of a chain letter. You can't share it. If you share it, your mother will break her back. It's like if you step on a crack. I didn't make the rules, Vicky. It's just what happens. Don't say anything. And I was like so scared because she's like really aggressive and like a comedian and they're like unstable. So I just didn't say anything. It just didn't. She said, don't tell. And I pinky swore. And then we did the thing like they do in movies where they like cut the hand and we did the blood. We used ketchup. We had organic ketchup from Trader Joe's, not Heinz. And then we licked the ketchup off each other's hands. And I just didn't want to tell anyone because we like made a ketchup promise.
I'm having to keep my mouth shut about this, right?
Of course.
And I'm like, like I'm like literally like.
She was like, I'm literally like not breathing because Billie was standing on my chest being like, don't say anything.
Not to make this about me whatsoever.
But I'm about to make it about me. I too have had urinary tract infections, as have my friends. So when you say Kyle Chan has had a urinary tract infection, you're saying I have a urinary tract infection.
So then to basically separate all of us, to make all of us hate each other, and then she wanted to get rid of the assistant.
Wait, what?
That is not something that you just said. Do not say that at all. That is not something that you
Don't say it.
mess around about
Don't say it.
at all. That is not something that you just say.
So she would accuse me for drugging Tom, and then she'll accuse Victoria being a drug user. So then to basically separate all of us, to make all of us hate each other, and then she wanted to get rid of the assistant also.
What?
Not something that you just say.
So she would accuse me
Me?
for drugging Tom, and then she'll accuse Victoria being a drug user.
Oh, so Kyle's like, she'd accuse me for giving Tom substances and trying to take advantage of him. And then she would accuse Victoria of doing the drugs. But really, it was Billie Lee all along because she played the trans card, according to Kyle Chan.
So then to basically separate all of us, to make all of us hate each
I feel like you have to be really good or really bad at math to understand this conversation. There's no in between.
other. And then she wanted to get rid of the assistant also.
So, and just finishing this off. So it's I'm holding this to myself because I was like, do you trust Tom? No, do you trust Kyle? I'm sorry.
She forgot who she's talking about. She's like, it's like a secret, like the Goonies. Like we like made a pact like the Goonies.
No, you can't trust Kyle. Kyle's obsessed with Tom, this and that.
I mean, he's pretty obsessed.
And then so our arguments were you're asking, our arguments were stemming from Billie.
Oh, she's like, I wouldn't argue with Tom Sandoval if not for Billie. So another woman. It's not that Tom is a man-child, narcissist, emotional vampire that sucks the life out of your soul and your tits. It's obviously Billie. We like would not fight. We're both models. Models don't fight with each other. unless ugly people piss us off. You know what I mean? All right, let me read a couple super chats here. You guys are amazing. Jamie says, reminds me of Amber Heard pooping on a pillow. I mean, that's next. There's going to be some kind of thing like that. Kelly says, V will get the long, cold plunge from Billie. I know, for real. Billie loves that long, cold plunge. Nikki, thank you for the super chat. Nikki says, Tom likes pick-me girls who don't challenge him. Exactly. Tom's like, here's my interview question for relationship. Do you hate other women? Are you the girl that says, I just get on with the guys better? Well, then you're the one I'm going to cheat on next. Grace, thank you for the super chat. Grace says, it feels like I'm the one on drugs watching this. I feel too. I feel so high right now. Like, she's so high above me. She's so lovely.
And
Okay.
and it was just like, I would go to Tom and I felt like I couldn't say anything, and it was building up. And then I'd be like, do you think that Kyle would be using you in any way? Do you think that Kyle this, that? I didn't know you at the time. I just met you. I didn't know how long.
This has to be satire. This is like Strangers with Candy level satire at this point. This could be real people. She turned on, she's like, and I couldn't say anything to Tom, but then I was like, okay, do you trust Kyle? Do you think he's like using you, backstabbing you? I didn't know you at the time. I didn't know you. Had I known what I know now, that you have really expensive jewelry that you'll borrow out to me for events, I wouldn't have said that. You're also not that ugly. You have really great skin, but you're kind of short. I wouldn't have said that. I didn't know you. I didn't know you.
Long that they were friends at all. I think that, and then so our arguments where you're asking, our arguments were stemming from Billie, and it was just like, I would go to Tom and I felt like I couldn't say anything, and it was building up. And then I'd be like, do you think that Kyle would be using you in any way? Do you think that Kyle this, that? I didn't know you at the time. I just met you. I didn't know how long that they were friends at all.
Can we get Rachel back?
So yeah, so that happened.
Oh,
and
God,
then nobody believed me, which is understandable.
My favorite part is nobody believed me, which is no, it's not understandable. The person that you're dating, the person that you said you just had this mad, crazy connection with when you weren't rolling because you guys don't do drugs, should believe you. Hashtag believe you. Hashtag believe all Vickies.
Do you think that Kyle would be using you in any way? Do you think that Kyle this, that? I didn't know you at the time. I just met you. I didn't know how long that they were friends at all. So yeah, so that happened. And then
yes, beach.
Nobody believed me, which is understandable. I'm just coming in. They've been friends for 9 years. I understand. I had to just take a step back, like control my emotion for a bit and be like, okay, I'm just a new girl walking into a relationship. Of course, he's going to be like, why in the hell are you talking?
What is happening here? Are these women for real? It's okay. You don't have to believe me. I'm just a new girl. I got to pay my dues. So this guy that I'm sharing my most intimate body with doesn't have to believe me. It's fine. I'm just a woman. Don't ask me. I'm just a girl. I'm sure a man will explain it to me.
Talking.
Girl, no. They should believe you. Even though I don't know if I believe you, he should believe you. If he wants to get more vagina, he needs to believe you.
About Kyle and questioning my best friend, you know? So then I'm like, you know what?
What?
Billie, when I have the text on my phone, says, hey, girl, call me. And then she walked in one day and she goes,
I think Adam is just probably like, what do I do with this? How did he even follow this? You know, Adam is napping. Adam went out. He went to go give Jason a smooch. He's petting the dogs. I don't, who knows? Because this is just like the never ending story.
She looks at me and I was sitting at the table and I already told Tom about what I just said.
Oh God.
I broke it to Tom and Tom was like, what the fuck? Like,
but how did we get to he doesn't believe me to then he believed you? Like, what was the epiphany? How are we not? This is like basic storytelling 101. It was like, I had to just wait it out until people listen to women, and I'm still waiting.
Talking about Kyle and questioning my best friend, you know? So then I'm like, you know what? Billie, when I have the text on my phone, says, hey girl, call me. And then she walked in one day and she looks at me and I was sitting at the table and I already told Tom about what I just said. I broke it to Tom and Tom was like,
but you held it in and then he didn't believe you, but then you told him again and then he believed you. I don't understand.
What the fuck? Like, and then
Tom is like, I don't even do drugs.
I'm sorry, I'm worked up right now.
What did he say? Something about I need to do drugs? What did Kyle Chain, what are you saying?
What the fuck? Like, and then
Tom is like, I don't even do drugs.
I'm sorry, I'm worked up right now. It's just not something you throw around at all. And it's
What?
Unacceptable.
That's not English, right? Am I having a stroke? She's like, honestly, that didn't sound like English.
Tom is like, I don't
Oh no, Tom is like, I don't do drugs. Okay, I understand that.
even do drugs.
I'm sorry, I'm worked up right now.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm worked up right now. This is very.
It's just not something you throw around at all. And
It's just not something you verbal. What's a verbal? Do you guys? What did she say?
I don't even do drugs.
I'm sorry, I'm worked up right now. It's just not something you throw around at all. And it's unacceptable.
But what is a verroundable? Because that could be something I like and I don't know about it and I love to learn.
Tom was like, what the fuck? Like, and then
Tom is like, I don't even do drugs.
I'm sorry, I'm worked up right now. It's just not something you throw around at all. And it's unacceptable. But
does anyone know what she said? Yeah, he says, and Tom was like, I don't even do drugs. And then what did she say? We're all having a stroke at the same time. Has that ever happened on the internet? She's been around, nothing like she's been around at all. That's what they're saying? Gigi? Geg? I can't even read anymore. I think I lost my eyesight. Oh my God. This is like really bad.
I'm sorry, I'm worked up right now. It's just not something you throw around at all. And it's unacceptable.
Okay.
But
I just don't speak that language.
Yeah, so she created the intervention.
Okay. Well, then
There's Adam. He's like, okay, this is crazy.
the fact that she goes on there and says, oh, she can't hold a job, she can't hold a conversation. My dad almost died. And
these whataboutisms or these things that people bring up, Joe is known for this. Like so many people on Vanderpump are known for this. Tom does it. Schwartz even does it. She's like, oh, Billie Lee says that I can't hold a job. I can't hold a conversation. My dad almost died. What? What does that have to do with you not being able to hold a job or a conversation? Isn't this is like so interesting that she's like, oh, she's okay. If some, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't, you're like so bad at parking. Oh yeah? Well, my dad almost died. Oh yeah? Well, my cat licks his butt. So I don't know how I can be expected to park well when I have a butt licking cat. It just, what?
And he has memory loss and like,
why does everyone have memory loss? And I'm so sorry for your dad, but everyone's hit by a bus. Everyone has memory loss.
like, I don't know. I'm like,
Right.
it's just like, come on, just leave me the fuck alone. Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm not used to stop saying
God.
that I don't work. You don't know me.
I was recording this. That was 1.5. That seems low as hell. Oh my God.
I do work. I also take care of my father. I'm a good person. I'm not.
what do you mean you take care of your father?
She has been taking a break from her.
I've been taking a break from work. My dad had swelling in his brain, and I've been taking care of him. So the fact that she goes on there and says, oh, she can't hold a job, she can't hold a conversation. My dad almost died. And he has memory loss. And like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, it's just like, come on, just leave me the fuck alone. Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm not used to this kind of life. I'm not on the show.
That's what Joe said. I wonder if her and Joe have been talking behind the scenes, even though Joe was throwing shade at her on Billie Lee's podcast. They're like, I'm new to this, but true to this. I'm not used to this kind of life. Okay, well then leave it. Like, do you know that it's not mandatory that you date Tom Sandoval? You can just like dump him. He's like not great at all. There's nothing great about the guy. You could literally just break up with them and be done with all of this.
Show, like, at all. I'm not on the show. I have no intentions on being on the show.
I'm not the show at all. She kind of sounds like Anna Dalvi there. She's like, I'm Anna Dalvi. I'm not on the show at all.
Like, I'm literally just like,
oh God,
I don't know. It's just like hard to wake up with like people just being so fucking mean, like for no reason. And
honestly, like no one was being mean to you, Vicky. We were just like, oh, she's beautiful. Hopefully she wakes up and stops dating Tom. She could do better. So maybe Billie Lee was the only one, but I didn't even see any fans being mean to Vicky. No one had hate for Vicky. Vicky wasn't even talking. Vicky didn't say nothing. Vicky wasn't bothering us. She was just making out with Tom weirdly at shows. Was anyone talking about Vicky besides Billie Lee, who likes to pee on Instagram Live? I don't think so. Yeah, Kyle does. Grace, you're right. Kyle has the face of regret. He's like, this isn't working. This isn't working. So I don't know who's being mean. Like maybe to Tom, but I don't think it's mean. We're just calling him out because he's an asshole. But okay, now we're all crying and we're all a victim. Next, she's gonna say people are calling her a crackhead.
And I haven't done anything besides literally like fall in love with somebody.
You know what the great thing about falling in love with an asshole is? Falling out. Just fall out. Fall out.
That I had no clue what I was walking into. I had no clue. So you to say that I don't work,
baby girl. Everybody, my dad, who wears cargo pants and goes fishing in Minnesota, okay, and puts all the things in his cargo pocket. Shout out to Cargo Pants. They're coming back. He's been waiting, but he thought they never went out. Paul Lunzer in Minnesota, who loves Larry the Cable Guy and Tommy Bahama button-down shirts, knows about Tom Sandoval, knows about Scandoval, okay, while he's gutting a fish on his Lund Pro V. He knows about Tom Sandoval. So please miss me with you date actors and people in the industry. You're in the industry, a model, whenever, sight on scene, and you didn't know what you were getting into.
Work. You know what I do during the day? Every day
I think you're going to tell us.
That I had no clue what I was walking into. I had no clue. So you to say that I don't work, you know what I do during the day? Every day I take care of my dad. But literally, like his brain swelled up. He has a really bad memory now.
My only question is, so sorry about your dad, 100%. However, why are we weaponizing the dad and the dad sickness when we see you with Tom a lot? Billie Lee says you guys are sleeping until 5 p.m. You're hanging out. You were saying in this interview that you kind of live over there. You stay over there. Billie Lee says you're trying to move into Ariana's room. You said you're not. But now I'm always with my dad. Well, then, okay. That just don't make sense.
I've taken care of him since I was 18 years old. I've always carried a job to take care of myself and my dad since I was 18.
How old are you now, by the way?
I'm 31.
Do you live with your dad?
So I got my dad. I have my dad a separate place, but he's staying at my house currently right now.
So you do have your own place.
I have my own place. I have a really nice, beautiful home in the hills. I'm successful, meaning I'm not I have a job. I have my own, I take care of myself and my father.
You're saying
So
you pay
I'm
your own bills, you have your own money.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
she wanted to make sure that the people who thinks that she's coming for Tom because of
and I'm not coming from money. I've worked my ass
yeah.
off to get where I am right now. And I took a break because of first off, I got into that car accident where I told you, as you can probably see that I do stumble across my words sometimes, and that is from the car accident. I also have memory loss too.
I got a lip gloss, you guys. What are the odds that everyone on this damn podcast has memory loss? This is holy shit.
Have some remorse. Have some sensitivity.
By the time 1980 rolled around a decade later, it was Coke, and it was Southern Comfort, and it was a different man every night.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Oh God. So again, if we could just answer the question without weaponizing our mental health, our addiction or lack thereof, our family sickness, car accidents, and other things, that would be fan-freaking-tastic, because no one's hanging out with Tom Sandoval, who loves a substance and loves to partake. And how do you do Molly? Pill, right? Okay. Not like I'm like, oh, whatever, but no one ever offered me any because I had a narc face, but I did drink a lot of alcohol. Okay. No one's hanging out with Tom Sandoval sober. No one's in the modeling industry dating Leonardo DiCaprio and never did drugs. I mean, please, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Please. It's okay. You can be in a car accident, have a little bit of memory loss, and sometimes drink a little too much to where you slur. That's okay.
And I'm like,
and she knew about this. I don't know why she's using it, saying that you.
And then like my dad is a very sensitive subject with me. So it's like to say.
That's why nobody asked about him or brought him up except for you. You're the only one who brought your dad up. Billie didn't. I don't think I didn't. Did you get who mentioned her dad? You assholes. Stop. I did. I had a narc face, Justine. My friends, literally, I would go out with them and they'd be all like rubby in the early 2000s. Like, how come sometimes when we go out, you guys are like so affectionate to each other? And then later they were like, oh, we're on Molly. And I'm like, why didn't you offer me any? They're like, oh, I don't know. Didn't seem like you wanted any. I'm like, I would have liked the option. Okay. I would have liked to be asked.
That I can't get a job. I actually just was working on like castings yesterday.
What's castings? Is that a model term? Is she in casting? Does she now work in casting? So is she casting for something? But normally, if you're a model or an actress, you're going to auditions, you wouldn't say you're working on casting. So that makes me think she might work in casting, or maybe that's a modeling term that I'm too ugly to understand. Sight unseen.
I'm still doing stuff on the side, but like,
what's the stuff on the side?
That's what I think people want to know about you too, because
yeah,
people are asking, and I've seen a lot of questions about this. Like, are you consistently working as a model?
No.
Or do you have another business, or
no?
Do you like?
So I was just with news model management, and we just.
What's news model? Are there models for the news? Let's look it up. News model management. Is that New York? When I put that, it says New York model. So maybe that's the acronym. News. I don't know, you guys. Okay, that's like maybe a step down from Ford, but what do I know? I'm ugly and from the Midwest. Okay.
Just separated about a month ago.
Okay, so she was working with news model agency, which who cares? And they separated a month ago. Okay. But that just I have a manager for entertainment, but that doesn't mean that that's giving me money. I got to like sell shit. And my manager gets me meetings and I got to sell shit in order to make. So that doesn't, what is happening?
Okay. I was with Ford. I was with Ford for, I believe, I can't say how many years, since I'm 31 now. I started modeling when I was 19. My mom.
In this interview, she really couldn't remember a lot. She's like, I just can't remember. Either she was really selling the memory loss, or she very much has memory loss, because she was like, I don't know. How they even asked her, how long you been with Tom? I don't even know. But really, time, what is time when you're with Tom Sandoval? But long and hard and never ending, you know? So who knows?
Mom got me into modeling in Chicago, Ford, Chicago. And I was actually the first model that they signed unseen. So meaning like my mom walked into the agency and they signed me without even seeing me in person. I walked in and they were like,
I thought she was going to start crying on that. And they were like, you're such not an uggo. And they signed me.
So meaning like my mom walked into
I had to get Adam's face a little bit watching this happen. He's like, and mind you, this is at minute 19. This is 19 minutes into the hour and a half.
To the agency and they signed me without even seeing me in person. I walked in and they were like, oh, thank God. Like you're exactly like the pictures and stuff.
With the pictures.
And, yeah,
Wow.
so it's kind of cool. And then
just to give context to that too, guys, and not to make this about me at all, but like I was signed with Wilhelmina, and it's
Adam, not to make this about me at all, but I like because Victoria just said that too. So Adam's going to explain to us what that means. Apparently they make you strip. They were like, strip, you know, but it's similar. Like if you go to regular auditions, they're like, profile.
it's like it's a process. Like you walk in, you have to take your shirt off. You have to
That doesn't, Adam, I love you, but that does not seem like a process.
to do stills. It's like straight on.
You got to take your shirt off. You got to stand still. You got to look straight. You got to look to the side. It's fucking beautiful people when they explain things. That's hard. No offense, all offense. I love you, Adam, and you're so beautiful. This part made me freaking laugh out loud.
Straight on, side, corner, this. Show us your
Not corner. What if you can't find the corner? Vicky's like, where's that corner? Adam, I feel like you did this on purpose. Because Adam is actually really funny, which I'm sure you know, but
body. It's like it's a whole process, and then the executives
what was
ask
that
you
again,
have to take
Adam? One more time, Adam, tell us.
and not to make this about me at all, but like I was signed with Wilhelmina, and it's like it's a process. Like you walk in, you have to take your shirt off. You have to do stills. It's like straight on, side, corner, this. Show us your body. It's like it's a whole process, and then the executives at these big modeling agencies, whether it's Wilhelmina, Ford, LA Models, whatever it is, then they have a conversation, and that's when they decide to sign you. So the fact that
That'd be like me explaining comedy. It's a process. You got to have low self-esteem, some kind of trauma in your childhood or history, or just be an addict. And then you got to want the attention of drunk people. Then you got to get on stage and tell jokes you've worked on that suck and try to get people. And you got to pick up the microphone and go, hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Hey, what's up, guys? And then you got to do that for like 5 to 55 minutes. And then you got to do it again. And you got to know your core. You got to look at people. Now, it just sounds so silly when you think about like people with, you know, jobs that like affect the human race.
they signed you, you know, like unseen. It's actually a pretty big deal.
It's kind of cool, but and like thankfully for my mom for going in there and doing that.
I'm sorry, you guys. That's funny. That's kind of cool. And she's like looking down at her model legs. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, you guys. Oh my God, Adam. Please tell me you did this on purpose to be like, it's really hard, guys. You gotta look at the corner. You gotta look straight.
At these big modeling agencies, whether it's Wilhelmina, Ford, LA Models, whatever it is, then they have a conversation, and that's when they decide to sign you. So the fact that they sign.
That's like for any job. You go to the interview, they talk to you, they ask you questions, you know, like, what's your strengths, what's your weakness, you know, all the stuff. And then they talk to other people, and then those other people, if they like you, then they call you and they hire you, and they say, can you find the corner in the room? And if you can't find the corner, you don't get the job. and you have to take your shirt off.
signed you, you know, like unseen.
Oh my
That's,
God, I love this.
it's actually a pretty big deal.
It's kind of cool. But and like thankfully for my
Kinda
mom
cool.
for going in there and doing that. But yeah, so I traveled the world. I went to
What the fuck? What is happening now? Yeah, yeah, it's kind of cool. And then I like traveled the world. I just like traveled the world. Yeah, I just like traveled the world.
I really wanted to model in
Look at Adam's face. Look at Adam's face. He's like, okay, girl, that wasn't like what I wanted you to transition to. Look at Adam. He's like, huh? Right? What the fuck? This is like, yeah, simply Nikki. It's just, I'm so, yeah, I just like travel. I just like travel and stuff. And I guess Billie was in the chat, but I think they must have blocked her or something because I didn't see her on the replay chat. This is the replay chat. Because I put the chat up because I was looking for Billie Lee. Because Christina Coca, shout out to Christina Coca. Make sure you're subbed if you're not already. So my friend Christina Coca. But I heard her say that Billie Lee was in the chat, and I'm like, oh sure, I gotta check that out. And I couldn't find her. She's like, yeah, I just like travel like all over the place. Like,
in New York, going in there and doing that. But
You know, like unseen.
it's
That's
pretty cool.
It's actually a pretty big deal.
it's kind of cool. But
Kinda cool.
and like thankfully for my mom for going in there and doing that. But yeah, so I traveled the world. I went to I really wanted to model in New York, but I started in Chicago, and then they're like, well, if you can handle Milan.
I like this Camilla Sharp in the chat. She goes, how did we get here? LOL. The chat was like roasting it up. It was hilarious.
You can go to New York. And then so anyway.
That's what they tell all the big models. Crawford, Schiffer, Moss, Campbell. If you can make it in Chi-Town, you can make it anywhere, baby.
It's just, I traveled the world pretty much modeling. I worked my ass off to get where I was.
Sorry about the scrolling on the side. I was looking for Billie Lee.
Saved up money, and anyways, I
just like traveled the world. It was me like a lot of money, and they signed me a sign-on scene. It was like really pretty, and then I like had sex with Leo until I turned like 24 and a half, and then he was like, sorry babe, and I was like, it's totally fine, I get it. I'm like aged out, like, yeah, old women are gross. I totally get it.
I traveled the world pretty much modeling. I worked my ass off to get where I was, saved up money, and I now take care of my father, or I've been taking care of my father, but extra now since what happened to him. But yeah, so like to say I don't work and to say these things about me, just Billie, just stop being mean. Stop being a mean girl. Like it's not nice. It's not nice. It's not cool. Why are you representing it's bullying. It's bullying. It's not nice.
What is it? It's bullying. It's bullying. It's not bullying. Okay. I don't think it's bullying. If someone has an opinion about you that's not positive, that's not bullying. We just keep using this bullying. People are using this for Lala now. She's not being bullied. She's being called out on her bullshit. She literally came and attacked fans. She was attacking Ariana and every chance she could get. You know, she made these decisions and people are like, oh, hey, Lala. And she's saying this never happened. And then literally people just showing that she did say those things. Someone playing your words for you is not a bully. If that's the case, they're your words, then you're the bully because it's your words. Look, what are you talking about? It's not bullying. It's bullying.
Do you think
it's literally bully? Billie Lee, you're a freaking bully. Now, if Billie Lee keeps with the like let's fight, let's get it. It's a little weird, I'll be honest, like I said, but
say these things about me, just Billie, just stop being mean. Stop being a mean girl.
It's bullying.
Like it's not nice.
Yes, Angela, it is.
Why are you representing
bullying?
It's bullying. It's bullying. It's not nice.
Do you think?
Leave me alone.
Okay, so even though you don't want to pave a way forward, are you going?
Claudia in the chat goes, so no job. Dude, Adam's chat was fire. You guys were so hilarious. All that explanation. I don't have a memory. My dad doesn't have a memory. I took care. I went to Milan, sight unseen. Oh, it's pretty cool. Traveled the world. Wilhelmina Ford. And Claudia's like, so no job. Okay.
Going to moving forward, because we can't speak for Tom. Obviously, he's not on this live. Can you, if Tom decides to move forward with Billie, can you forgive the posts, the podcast, the lives? Like, can you be around Billie at least if he chooses to continue a
Adam's trying to get a reconciliation. Can we get some resolution here? Could you be around Billie, even though she's bullying?
relationship, or will you just separate yourself?
I cannot forgive what she said about Kyle.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. If she accused one of my friends of having a UTI and he didn't have a UTI, I'd be like, hell to the nah.
Okay.
Adam's like, so that's a no.
I will not forgive that because, like I said, that's just something that you don't say because it's happened to
You don't talk about people's children and their hoe daughters. Portia taught us that. Shout out to Portia Williams. Remember, you don't come and talk about people's children and their hoe daughters and your hoe daughter. Oh, that's one of my favorite lines from Bravo. You don't talk about that's what happened. Billie Lee talked about Kyle Chain's hoe daughter giving it up for John Legend tickets.
Drugging someone and trying to say somebody who is trying to drug someone and take advantage of them, yes, that's indefensible.
I'm
100%.
so glad she texted me after she freaked out knowing that I'm going on the podcast, trying to get me off to do this podcast. Then she literally say that Victoria is the one who said that.
So this is just, she said it. No, she said it. So basically, Vicky's saying, you guys, Billie Lee said that Kyle Chain once has drugged Tom Sandwell to take advantage of him. And then Billie Lee said, oh, no, Victoria said it. And so Kyle Chan is believing that Billie Lee said it. And Victoria's like, we have it on camera. Tom had a camera in his kitchen, but it wasn't filmed. So Adam keeps being like, oh, so you have the footage, you have the proof of Billie Lee saying this in Tom's kitchen because you said the camera's there. And Victoria ends up saying, no, I mean, yes. It was very confusing. You could tell she didn't want to say, she wanted to mention the cameras there, so we think there's proof and receipts, but really we find out that she begged Tom Sandoval. And he's like, oh, it's not recording. Oh, it's just there. Yeah, sometimes I just like to have it there to know that people are filming me. Yeah. So, and she's like, please, Tom, please look to see if it's recorded. He's like, it's not. So they don't really have any proof.
So mind-blowing to me.
She did this to herself because we weren't going to say anything before that.
You didn't really say anything. I mean, you guys, so that is the one allegation. So one allegation, right, Tess? Like, are these people real? I don't want to believe Kyle and Victoria are real people. This is AI. These people, they have to be AI. That's what Hollywood was on strike for. Like, that's why if you fire, or if you replace the writers and stuff with AI, this is what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. But basically, they're like, oh, we're going to let it loose. So letting it loose is saying that Billie said that Kyle Chain drugged Tom Sandoval to take advantage of him. Okay. And then they also go on to say that Billie was out there telling everybody, including Karamo. What's his name again? From he was on The Real World Philadelphia. That's a deep cut. But he's also on the newest installation, the newest version of Queer Eye. That Billie Lee said, I'm having his baby. What a wonderful way to say how much I care. They were like, Billie Lee is out there saying she wants Tom's sperm and she'll get it any way she can. That's what they were acting like. But apparently Billie Lee has been kind of open about this, saying that Tom and Ariana had offered to help Billie Lee have a baby. But they said, oh no, Vicky says she wants the Sandoval name. Nobody wants the Sandoval name. Nobody. Karamo. Okay, thank you, Love Pink. So Karamo saw Sandoval somewhere and was like, oh, hey, I heard, you're going to give Billie Lee a baby. You're going to give her some sperm. And Tom was like, no, I'm not. But Vicky was explaining it, saying, well, I mean, when Billie like went to Tom and was like, can I have your sperm? You can't say no when someone asks for your sperm. That's like really rude. So he didn't, but like he doesn't, because Vicky's like, he didn't hook up with Billie Lee. She doesn't believe that. She's saying she doesn't believe that or that Tom would never give Billie Lee his seed to make a baby. I was like, okay. But they were out there being like, yeah, she's so psycho. She wants to clone Tom because she wants a Sandoval 2.0. Like, here's what I think. Do I think Billie Lee was kind of obsessed with Tom Sandoval? 100%. Do I think Billie Lee and Tom Sandoval have hooked up? Yes. They've done all the stuff. Mouth stuff, genital stuff, everything they've done. I believe it. I totally believe that they've done that in the past, the future, the present. Do I think Kyle Chan is weirdly obsessed with Tom Sandoval? Yeah. He attracts a certain type, I guess. You know what I mean? Like Victoria, Vicky, they have a volatile relationship. I don't think they're just fighting. Obviously, no one's dumb enough to believe they're just fighting because of Billie Lee. You have a toxic relationship. You're both probably not happy the places that you're in. You're dating a guy who is in a very public cheating scandal who no one in America really cares for, except for the bots or people that are paid to push propaganda that he's changed, even though he hasn't, and he's never shown any true contrition. So whatever. You're dating a guy that hates women, you can't trust him. So, I mean, I don't know. It's like, okay, but no, I think that they're all weird. They all make zero sense, but we have this Billie versus Vicky. Who's right? Neither. They want to fight with each other, and they're literally fighting over Tom Sandoval. Tom Sandybot. Tom Sandoval. 72-year-old Tom, I take from my mother's retirement to fund a karaoke band when you can see karaoke for free from people who can actually sing at any bar in any town in America on any given night. So they're all wrong. Do I think Tom and Kyle Chan hooked up? Yes. Tom and Billie? Yes. Tom and Vicky? Yes. I'm sure it was some kind of threesome that went wrong. Do I think Vicky pulled up to Sandoval and Ariana's house, like Billie Lee said, opened up the door and ran in and said, you having sex with her? Yes. Do I think they're all on drugs? 100%. Do I think they're on drugs right there? Uh-huh. Do I think they think certain things aren't drugs so they can get around saying they're not on drugs because they're like, no, that's like mushroom. So it doesn't count. They're all on drugs. They're all cuckoo bananas. They've all been in LA too long. They're all liars. So it's so messy. It's ridiculously messy. So after so they talk about Billie's trying to steal his sperm. Billie wants his last name. Billie said this. The intervention didn't work because somehow they caught Billie in this gotcha moment where Kyle Chan might have had Billie on speaker, even though they didn't describe it very well. So I don't know if they really caught Billie Lee on speaker, but Billie was basically just accusing Victoria of what Victoria was accusing Billie for. That's basically what you missed on the interview. I do recommend you watch the whole interview because you will find so many comical moments, and also just watching Adam's face as he tries to be as professional as he can in a situation like that to interview these people who are like, what? And the fact that Kyle Chan showed up to the interview did Billie Lee call out Kyle? Now she has. Oh, now she has. So this text message when Kyle was like, we got receipts. And we're like, okay, show us the receipts. Then at one point, Victoria's like, I have to pee. And then she got up like 2 times but didn't pee yet, or maybe peed her pants or peed in the corner, or maybe she couldn't find the corner. We don't know. But eventually Adam was able to end the live stream interview. And they're like, yeah, we got her. And I'm like, you really didn't get Billie Lee. So then Kyle shows us this message. And obviously you can see it's a screenshot because you can see the little editing tools below. But then he shows us the real one and he scrolls like this, just like up, down real quick. And we're like, ooh, wow. So Billie Lee sent Kyle chain of texts, can you talk privately? And then Kyle says, hi, I can. And then whatever, he's like, I can, but I have a UTI and you know all too well because you've talked about it. And then Billie Lee responds the day that Kyle is going to go on Up and Adam's channel for this interview and says, V literally said you were fake and in love with Tom and drugged him. How are you going on a podcast with her? You know how bad things got with Tom and V. I never said a word till she started commenting on shit. What does that prove? Like, it doesn't prove anything, but they were acting like, oh my gosh, here's the smoking gun, Adam. And I'm like, oh, Lordy. So then here is him. Is this? Okay. So then when people were like in the chat, like Adam's chat, were just like clocking it. They're like, that's a screenshot. That's a screenshot. And he's like, oh, I just did that so I can zoom in. Here, look it. So then I screenshotted him scrolling in his text messages with Billie. So you can see Billie Lee. Okay. Bring anyone you like, just RSVP. That's okay. That's Kyle from whatever date that was. I can't read the dates, maybe August. I'm not sure. And then Billie Lee replies. So these are just text messages they've had in the past. Babe, what hotel are you staying at? Oh, they're talking about San Francisco. Oh my God. So they hadn't spoken or they hadn't texted each other since San Francisco, because this is where they all stayed. So Kyle invited Billie, who he doesn't like because she uses the trans card according to him, but she's so beautiful. She's so brave and she's so beautiful. Okay. Babe, what hotel are you staying at? And he said, hi, I'm staying at the Argonaut, which is the hotel they all stayed at in San Francisco this season. And then fast forward to now, the day of the interview, yesterday, Friday, Billie Lee's like, can you talk privately? And Kyle's like, hi, I can talk now. I can talk now. Okay. Thank you, Vivian, for the super sticker. NYC Girl says, Jolene, please see Sarah Lynch's. Okay. Is it this one? Let's hope these people don't breed, because one hundo was in another comment that I missed. But yeah, unfortunately, these are the kind of people that are very fertile myrtle. All the fertile. Angela is saying, or he deleted their other text in preparation to show this text thread. Ooh, get it, Angela, with the detective skills. Could be. I mean, we're dealing with lying liars that lie. So it could be. And then also, this Victoria is earlier in the interview, and you can watch the whole thing and see it on Up and Adam's channel. Tom Sandoval's girlfriend Victoria denies moving things out of Ariana's room, because Billie was like, yeah, she's trying to get people to move out of Ariana's room, move her stuff. And then she was like, I respect Ariana. I would never want anyone touching my belongings. If I were in Ariana's position, I have not touched any of Ariana's things. I wouldn't do that. But Billie Lee, technically, I don't think she said she ever touched them. I think she said she encouraged other people, told other people they had to touch them. You got to touch her stuff and move it. And that she wanted to sleep in the mat. She wanted Tom to move his stuff into the master bedroom so that they could get down and dirty in him and Ariana's old bed. So those were like the biggest takeaways from that. But there are some other things. So I definitely go and listen to that. Okay. Now I'm going to pull up what Billie Lee said. I believe after, what one is this one? Let me pull it up. I think I was then screen recording Billie Lee's stories, because Adam had mentioned something during the interview that Billie Lee had come for him and then went live and explained something, because Adam used to work at TomTom and he was working there, I believe, when Billie Lee was filming for Vanderpump the first time around, and he didn't have maybe the best experience with her. So Billie Lee was responding to what Adam had said about her allegedly. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm kind of here for a Billie Lee versus Up and Adam thing. That could be interesting because at least both of them can complete sentences and I could follow it a little better. But it doesn't sound like Adam wants any beef with, from what you can tell from the interview. He's like, well, then Billie explained. He seemed to be very judicious. Seemed to be more understanding, like, oh, and then Billie explained herself and that was helpful. And I was like, she didn't really. Billie just, Billie's out there. And we said this from the day she rejoined Vanderpump to be friends with Tom Sandwell. I said she is doing this probably to sell tickets to her comedy show, because she literally is saying, come to my comedy show and I'll tell you more. I'll tell you secrets. And I get it. It's a rough game. There's so many live performers out there. What do you have that stands apart from other people? How do you sell tickets? That's how you book shows. That's how you book headlining shows, not just shows where you're on with like a bunch of people and you're all doing, 15, 20 minutes, or LA shows where you're all doing 10 minutes. Like shows where you can go to clubs, you're the headliner, you're the act, you got just your basic stand-up set, opener, feature, headliner. And I don't know what stage Billie's at in her comedy career, but I'm sure she wants to be. She says she's touring. So then here's what Billie Lee was saying yesterday, before, I think, and while this is all going down. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Let me know if you can.
Okay, people are commenting.
And pay attention to the lip thing that I was talking about earlier, how they like, and now she's like, people are commenting and I'm literally filming these LA people and their speech and the way they suck their lips. It's wild.
That Kyle Chan is going, I'm so bad with names. Like even Sandoval, it's Sandoval, but I'm like Sandoval. Fuck. I'm so small town Indiana, white girl, like get it together. Yeah, Kyle's gonna go on this podcast with V. What blows my mind is V has said some really negative things about Kyle. And that's the whole reason why we found out that Victoria was reading Tom's text, because she saw a negative text that Kyle sent and was like, oh my God, is she having another tantrum or something? It was like something negative about Victoria. And she pulled me aside and was like, you need to tell me, we need to talk about Kyle. Like, he's so fake. That's just the beginning of the conversation. So I'm on set and I just found out that
there's like nothing more cringe or annoying about people when like, so I'm on set. I'm not saying I've never done it before, but it's like super cringe. So I'm on set. Let me just lick my lips to make sure they're still here.
Next scene is not till 8 p.m.
And they always do this. No. Like they're going to go in and kiss someone, but they're not. I don't know why Billie Lee's like,
So, and I can't leave set. So I
can't leave set because they don't trust that I'll come back.
A few hours, and apparently this guy Adam is going live at 5:30. So I'm going to chime in. I'm literally going to be right there to see and hear what kind of lies.
Is that confirmed, Vivian? Billie Lee's going to do Sheeners? Or are we just speculating? Because if I cannot wait. Is she really going to do Sheeners podcast? Please confirm in the chat, please.
I mean, I know they're obviously going to, try to paint her in a better picture and a light and protect her, which every friend should do.
Oh my God. When?
When
is this happening? You guys, we're going to have shit to roast for the rest of our lives because these people are so into themselves. I cannot wait to roast this. Sheena and Billie. Oh my God. It's a roastable occasion. R2 Juna, thank you for becoming a member. I'm just on set and I'm just like, craft servies, crafties, handies, hand jobbies, whatever they call it these days. Doesn't have the Skittles I like. Ugh.
Let them do that. That's obvious, but if I catch some lies,
I love how she's like, this guy, Adam, this guy. Oh, you mean the one who has 214,000 subscribers? Do you realize that if Billie Lee had 214,000 subscribers on YouTube, she could perform probably anywhere in the country? You know what Billie Lee, and I can say that because I'm a stand-up comedian. If I had 214,000 subscribers, my comedy life would be so much easier to book gigs. And she's like, this guy, Adam, arguably, not just because I'm friends with him and I enjoy him, but Adam is more successful than you. And that's not even a question. Like, if we're going to play that game, he's also more relevant than you. Not saying you can't out-relevant him one day, maybe. But he's literally, whether you like what he does or not, he's killing the game with his own content. He's made his own brand. Is there a Billie Lee brand? Because Adam, Up and Adam, who is Adam with Up and Adam, is a brand. And I hate to break it to you, but he's definitely making more money than you do. Okay. I have to stop. But let's, please, humble yourself, baby girl. That's like me getting up here and going, some guy named Kempire, I don't even know. He's who he is. Some guy named Mims, make it make sense, which Mims is actually one of my good friends, and I love him. Shout out to Mims. Like, I've never heard of him. Like, of course you have. He has like 3.5K in his live chat all the time, maybe more. Some YouTuber named like Funky Dineva. I've never heard of him. Oh, you mean Funky Dineva, who, whether you like him or not, is a brand and making so much money, and every day can go live, and at any time he gets 6,000 to 10,000 people live. Girl, you wish. Girl, you wish.
or if they try to say that I'm lying, I'm going to find the receipts. I've been continuing to take screenshots and receipts. And I'll do a whole green screen. It'd be my first green screen. We'll talk about it. You guys, I literally was watching that live. Like, the lies. I'm like, where's the proof? Where's the proof? Like, why are they keep on saying, where's the recording? I have so much to process and tell you guys. Oof, I'm going to write notes. I'm going to get my shit together. I'm going to say what I need to say, and then I'm going to be done with this. But I am going to check off all of what they're saying, because I know for a fact I did not say certain things. I did not do certain things. And I know the fucking truth. And while this was all happening, I literally had to put the live down and go film this scene where I'm like some hippie goddess chick, free spirit. Like, do you know how hard it was?
That's called acting? It's called acting. It's just what you act. Why she's got Lala syndrome. Like, you really think that's literally your job? That's like a nurse being like, I was so sorry. I keep using nurse, but my husband's in RN school and he's graduating next April. We're really excited. And just like, I have so much respect for like nurses, medical professionals. That's like a nurse being like, oh my God, you guys, I got in a fight with my husband and then I like had to go to the hospital and like do my job and like help sick people. Like, do you know how hard that was for me? That's what people do every day. Everyone goes to their job after some shit happens. People wake up on the wrong side of bed. People get in fights with friends, spouses. The roof has a leak. The car gets a flat tire. The kids got, what do kids get? Well, nobody gets chickenpox anymore, Jolene. The kids got a case of the skipping schools. Shit is always happening. There's a snowstorm, an avalanche, an earthquake. And she's out here going, I just am listening to this podcast, which is like just talking shit like middle schoolers, me and this girl Vicky over this guy Tom Sandwell, and I still have to be in 2 scenes of possibly a student film because I don't know if I quite believe this is a real movie yet, at somebody's house, and act like I'm this like hippie bippy jippy person. Can you believe it? What?
Hard it was for me to calm my nerves down and channel this character Moon and Sun. I'm literally
Please stop. Please stop. It's gross. I understand good acting is an art. Obviously, when you see good actors, you're like, ooh. But please, ma'am, whatever you're doing, we're not. This isn't Jessica Lange level acting. All right? Please stop.
literally a fucking actress after today. I killed that scene. You guys, literally it's 10 p.m. I've been on set all day.
Literally.
I am about to get a pizza because I deserve.
Wait, you guys, do you think she was on? Do you think she was all day? She was on set? Was she on set all day? I wish she would talk about being on set more. Hey guys, literally, I've been on set like all day. I've literally been on set. Like I've literally been on set all day. Like I'm so tired. I deserve a pizza from Lucifer's Devil Hole Pizza. It's literally so hard to do what I do, and I deserve it. Literally. Like literally. And I had a nose ring in the whole scene. Like I fucking killed it. I killed it, bitch. Literally.
A vegan spicy cauliflower.
Of course it's a vegan because I'm in LA. Bitch. It's not even almond milk anymore. It's oat milk, ho. Don't even come at me. Stop murdering the almonds. You fucking fascist.
Flour crust pizza from Lucifer's Pizza.
Because I have a gluten allergy. Celiac disease is very serious. Jo Wenberg is losing her hair over it. Okay? Seriously.
That's what I deserve.
I deserve it.
I just want you guys to know that I am unpacking.
I also wasn't able to find a bathroom in LA. And so I was like yelling at people. I was so upset. And then I peed. I still can't believe she literally pissed on her Instagram stories. Literally.
All of this from the live, and I am going to get this all together. I'm probably going to jump in the studio to talk about this. Yeah.
I got scared for a second. I was like, oh no, she's not going to do a song too, is she? Apples is good enough. Please stop. We don't need any more singers on Vanderpump. I'm literally going to jump in the studio like Melissa Gorga. And I'm going to literally.
I was just like shocked, then mad, and then now my feelings, I'm just like all over the place.
I'm just like, I'm like in menopause. I'm just all over the place.
It just like blows my mind how they could say things that I never said. Like, especially.
It just like blows my mind that they can like say things that I never said. Like, I was on set all day. I couldn't respond to them because I'm working. I'm on set.
Especially with Kyle, like I never once mentioned anything about him in a public way. So they're the ones bringing it up. Like, should he sue himself? I will just say this. Like,
I would love if he sued himself. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
I had to like stop watching it because I had to go to it.
Oh, she got Lala nails. I had to stop watching it because one of my nails broke off and it really hurt. But it was like hurting my feelings, even though I don't technically have any feelings. It was hurting them because I was literally on set. And then they were literally talking about me and they were literally lying.
Go to a scene, but
she had to do a scene, you guys.
Things that I never said, like especially with Kyle, like
especially you guys put your especiallys in the chat because they're here.
It just like blows my mind how they could say things that I never said, like never. Especially with Kyle, like
especially
I never once mentioned anything about him in a public way. So they're the ones bringing it up. Like, should he sue himself? I will just say this, like I had to like stop watching it because I had to go to a scene, but like the accusation.
I had to stop watching it because I had to go to a scene because I was on set, especially on set.
And not having any receipts or any proof.
Oh my god.
Like,
Billie P.
Nothing. Like they had one text from me texting Kyle today, wondering why he was going on that because of what Victoria said about him. And here I have so many receipts. Yeah, so it's all going to be put out there. I feel like.
Is she going to show this on Sheener's podcast? Because, okay, show us the receipts because we got 0 receipts from Kyle and Vicky.
This is going to be like the ultimate fail of trying to bring me down.
Because I'm an
That's
actress.
how they're gonna
bash.
see this. That's how everyone's gonna see this because
Get it, girl.
like y'all, I'm like my mind is blown.
Wow.
I oh my god. I can't.
Nobody can. I can't. The LA girl's favorite thing. I can't. I literally can't. I can't. Don't make me. I can't.
Okay, I know I just stuttered. This is the last thing that I'm gonna
I literally just stuttered.
say.
I'm triggered because I was a stutterer as a child. So thank you, Billie Lee and Vicky, for triggering me.
The amount of love that I'm receiving from so many people, like messaging me, commenting, DMing, I'm trying to respond, and people on the live, all those people.
Why do they always say that? Joe posts this too. The amount of love, I don't believe it. Show receipt. We need receipts. I don't believe it when you say people are sending death threats. I don't believe it when you say that people are sending you all this love. People who are in controversy on these reality shows, they always say that, oh my God, it's like they're saying it so other people can be like, who, like other reality people. Or it's almost propaganda so that we then think, well, if everyone's loving them, maybe we should. But we need to see receipts, proof, screenshots, timeline, and everything, Heather Gay.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
We're going to have to see that because we just don't believe anyone and anything because people just say stuff. And we know that. And we're going to need you to name them.
Name them.
Name them. Well, what you did was ridiculous.
Name them.
Not having.
Name 'em.
Well, be quiet. So
Name
let me
'em.
talk. Jesus.
Name them.
Name them. Name them, Billie Lee.
People coming in and believing me, like, y'all, I fucking love you. Like, it really makes me feel less alone and like not as crazy having y'all back.
Girl, we still think you're crazy because you're still simping for Tom Sandoval. So you can do whatever you want with this little attack Vicky, attack Kyle chain. But we still think you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because you're still out here blaming women for Tom Sandoval's behavior instead of blaming Tom Sandoval. And we know this is a ploy to get back in the Ariana good graces because there's been multiple comments people have made, one in particular on one of her videos or one of her lives. And you can go look at it now where I think I screenshotted it because we got receipts. But someone says, well, hopefully you and Ariana can be friends again. And she liked it. Of course she wants to be friends with Ariana. Ariana's on the up and up. Ariana's a cool person. She's not Tom Sandwell, but you chose Tom. So you're stuck with them. And you're still sticking up for him. You're still not denouncing him. So please, we're not, no ma'am. No ma'am. We're not going for this.
Backing me and believing me. Like
and don't make it like I'm just it's a mental health thing. It's not.
So emotional with that live. And it wasn't even like their shit. It was y'all being there for me and saying Team Billie and just believing in me. Like,
you guys got to stop that. Look, you're creating a monster. If we you can be Team Billie, but just keep it on the low, keep it on the DL, because otherwise we're going to get all these lives and stories and all the when she's on set. Is that what you want? Or we're going to get a season of Vanderpump of her on set. You guys are creating this monster. I'm not saying it.
I can't believe it. It's this. This is what we're doing. And like, this is what's happening. But y'all are here with me. And I really appreciate it. Look at us learning and growing together, y'all.
Y'all. Okay, so then she posts this, which is while she's filming, I guess, or posting her little Instagram stories. Not Kyle trying to call me after that awful interview and all the harmful accusations. So, she did. She posted some receipt. Wait, did she post? Is this from the chat? She could have written this. I'm going to need to say names. I don't see names for name them. But we see Kyle Chan, which again, I don't know if you know this, but you can change any contact within your iPhone. I followed the YouTube drama community long enough to know this. You can change the name to anyone and then call it. She could use her phone or someone else's phone. Maybe she got two phones. She doubled devices and she could call herself and name it Kyle Chan. So I don't necessarily believe that. And then she's posting all this like signs from Kohl's, inspiration. Bring it, girl. Everyone in the chat believes you overwhelmingly. Who said it? Which one of you said this? Which one of you did this? Don't hype this woman up. Okay. Don't hype any of them up. We're just here to laugh at their ridiculousness. We can't be team any of these people. They're not real. This is satire and AI. The chat of 3K overwhelmingly knew they weren't being honest and believe you. Thumbs up. Stop it. Did you read the comments? LMAO. What's funny about that? Why are you laughing your ass off at the comments? Everyone believes you. And I think they made it worse for themselves. Okay. Yes, they did. But shh, keep it down. Stop it. And the girl is slurring her words. Plus her eyes are half closed. Yes. Okay. Vicky needed a little nap. She needed a nappy. She doesn't get up that was an early live for her. She doesn't wake up till vampire hours. All right. She sleeps all day through some of the night, and then she gets up to not do drugs. We believe you. They denied the intervention. Then they admitted. Okay. Don't scream it. Whisper it. Stop it. Thank you, Bravo Buds. Yeah, I don't buy Billie's ish either. They're all lying. She was talking shit about Ariana. Yes, she was. Where's the proof? For real. The red light, but then no camera. Vicky needs to shh. So do you guys. Okay? So do you guys. We can't do this. Quiet on the set. Yes, Vivian. Quiet on the MFN set. We can't hype this lady up. She doesn't know how to handle it. I can't. Team Satire. Yes, we cannot listen to any more of her being like, hey guys, I'm on set. Christina Coca is in the chat. The girl is nocturnal. Let her live. God, she's nocturnal. She is. She's totally nocturnal. Christina Coca, someone requested in the chat, I put together a compilation of, what was it? Please put it again, because this is where Christina kills it. Of all the times Billie was accused or said he didn't, or no, Tom was accused of hooking up with Billie, of Tom hooking up with her or something like that. I don't know. You guys say it. You guys say it. Yes. Once again, we are blaming Tom Sandoval for this shiz. It's all your fault, Tom. Tom, you've ruined everything. And I can't stand it. How's Tom standing? Yeah. Okay, what was this one? Okay, do I have any more? Do I have any more here, you guys? Let me just double check. Oh, okay. Oh, this one. Oh, I can go to Billie's. We'll end on this one. So this is, I was going to show you the one, I forgot, where Billie is really coming for Adam, I think. Let's see here. Okay, Billie Lee. Now, it says Billie Lee has 122,000 followers on Insta, but do we believe it? Do we believe it? Do we believe it? I don't know. Up all night, sleep all day. Okay. Do we believe it? Yes, Kelly. Team Satire. Team Satire. Okay. Let me share the Instagrams and then we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up, but just I'll wrap it up. Okay. Put a thumbs up in the chat if you hear this. You think it seems low? I think that seems kind of high for someone who was just on like barely 2 seasons of Vanderpump and was never a main cast member. But maybe she's not. I don't know. Okay. Put a thumbs up when you guys can hear this. Let's see.
On set. But I want
you guys, she's on set. She's on set again, you guys. She's on set. Okay. This is what happens when you team Billie. She's on set.
to just get on here. I just saw a comment. It was like, Victoria's going on, I don't know, his name's Adam. Wait.
Okay, so this is when she was before the live. I don't think we saw this one. And someone commented, because of course, like, she saw a comment. She's not like following this, even though they all follow the Bravo pages. Just admit it, all of you. from Teresa Giudice all the way down to Joe Wenberg. You guys are following the shit. You want to be in all the Bravo bloggers' good graces so that they talk nicely about you. Come on. Don't pretend you don't. I'm just so busy on set.
Wake Up with Adam, I think that's what it is or something.
She said it was Wake Up with Adam. Wake Up with Adam. Something like Wake Up with Adam, I think.
And then I like went on Adam's little thing, like YouTube situation. And I heard him talk so much shit about me. I was like, wait. And then it all came together. Like he did.
Okay, but I don't know. I don't watch all of Adam's lives, but I don't remember him really talking shit about her, but maybe he did. But she's like, he's always talking shit about me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I never heard him. Okay.
Did work at TomTom. And you know, like those servers that like linger way too long, like you can tell they're just like eavesdropping. And it's like, can you just give me my Diet Coke? Like, why do you?
This is where Billie Lee gets, I find her to be gross when she is like this, whatever this personality type is. It's the same way when she was Karening, becoming like the ultimate Karen. Like, I've been driving around LA and I got to piss so bad. I can't pee anywhere. And she was just like going off. And then she peed. And now she's like, it's like those servers that linger. Like, can you just give me my Diet Coke? Person with a job. So now she's saying Adam, when he worked at TomTom, would linger and listen to her conversations.
Why do you need to hang out and have 14 conversations? That's him. And now it all makes sense that he's like a gossip queen. I never hung out with him outside of TomTom.
We got Christina Coca and Ryan Bailey in the chat, two of my favorites. Ryan Bailey says, what if Victoria is an actual vampire? And Billie Lee found out. I think that's what she's trying to tell us, but she's afraid. She's afraid. But she should know from watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, just because you get bit doesn't mean you become a vampire. Then they gotta bite you, then you gotta bite them, and then you gotta suck your blood, you gotta suck theirs. It's a whole sucking thing. So she shouldn't be scared.
But like there were a few times, I would say 3 or 4 times that I experienced him.
It's 3 or 4 times she experienced Adam and his lingering with her Diet Coke. It's like, girl, please stop. Please. I'm sure he wasn't interested in what you were saying.
And, you know,
those birds are aggressive. They're like, shut up, Billie Lee. We know you're on set.
Whenever someone says something or has these accusations like he does, I like really think about it. And I'm like, I was in such a dark place when I was filming for Vanderpump. And even after, like.
Why is everyone like, I was in such a dark place? Yeah. Ryan says, I didn't even know there was a show called Vanderpump. Tom is just my friend. I've never even heard the name Adam. Is that an actual name? Like Adam? Like it's like Adam, but it's not because it's ADAM. But it's like, is it though? Like, I don't even know. He like does stuff on the internet and has like a lot of followers and success and makes a lot of money and owns multiple homes. Is that like a thing? Gross. Ew.
Like,
I'm on set of my friend's web series that we're filming in someone else's house because none of us are successful enough to own a home. But I digress.
And here's the thing too. Like, I know I could treat people better. I think.
There you go. That's all. You can just stop there. Be nicer, Billie. Be better. Treat people better. You're not better because you were on a TV show as an extra. Please stop.
We all can learn and grow. Like, especially I was drinking all the time. I was stressed out.
I was a drunk too, Billie. Can't blame the drinking. It's just you.
I was depressed. I was financially like unstable.
Who's not?
I was scared thinking about how I'm going to pay my bills. Like, it was a lot. I didn't show up in my life at that time. Like, good for anyone. Not even good for myself.
I couldn't. And that's when the music starts. It's just like, I couldn't show up for myself. How was I supposed to show up for Wake Up with Adam if I couldn't even show up for myself? And his husband, Jason, who was the manager. How could I show up for them if I can't show up for myself?
Treating myself badly. Just, I was in a dark place. We all have been there. It's not an excuse to treat someone badly. I didn't mean to treat my fans badly. And I'm not saying this as an excuse. But like,
sounds like,
you know, if you're at a job, like you're working and there's like drama.
I mean, I know about jobs because I had to work a lot of times. I didn't just get put on a reality show where I just got to talk shit about people. I mean, now I'm talking shit about people and getting paid finally in my 40s. The dream. But I had to do a lot of stuff I didn't want to do.
Like, let's say you get into a situation with your boss, which I've had several incidents with Lisa off camera at TomTom. Also, just, you know, a lot of shit goes down at TomTom.
Did she say fans? I wish this is on Instagram, so I don't even think I can go back. Did she really say fans? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. She's on set, you guys. Clearly she has fans.
On or off camera. I mean, we all know, like, that's how Ariana found out about the affair. It happened at TomTom. Like, shit goes down. And when you're in the midst of some drama and then you have someone, can you imagine, like, you're at your job and you just went off on your boss and there's drama. And then someone.
Most people can't really go off on their boss. I mean, Ariana did show us that you can like have your boundaries and stuff, but you can't be like, yo, boss, pop out. Like, you probably won't have a job.
Interrupts you and says, hey, oh my God, you're trans? My cousin's trans too. Can I take a picture?
Where did this come from? Did Adam say that? Did Adam go up to her and go, you're trans, my cousin's trans too, can I take a picture? Is that what she's saying Adam did? Haley and Dave said, did Schwartz and his girlfriend unfriend Vicky on IG? I don't know. I've heard about it today and I double checked and sure enough, they are not following Vicky. So it's only a matter of time before Sandoval. He's probably cheating on her now at the Traders. He's putting his wiener somewhere in Scotland. It doesn't belong.
Like, okay, I love that your cousin's trans and I love that I can show up even though I'm a hot mess.
How did we get to trans cousins?
I barely have it together. My bills aren't being paid, but I love that I can represent in some type of way. And
I love that I'm the voice of everybody. I just love that I'm such an inspiration. But listen, sometimes I'm just like in my feelings about it. And I just need to like chill. Like, don't talk to me. I can't hear people tell me I'm an inspiration every fucking day. It's a lot. I'm on set. Have you guys ever been acting before?
Show up for you. Your cousin. I love that. But like, I'm shaking. I'm in the middle of fucking something. Like, there's drama. And
like, I'm shaking. I'm in the middle of the self-importance these people have is crazy. That like someone coming up to you, admiring you, would be like, excuse me. If anyone ever, which never really happened. So, but if someone was like, Joleen, oh my God, let's say I'm at Trader Joe's and I'm shaking because I'm just like, I want all the carbs, and they ran out of the strawberry mochi and I can't eat green tea mochi. I'm not a monster. Okay. My husband loves it, but I think it's trash. No offense, all offense. I know lots of people love it. I can't. So they're out of strawberry mochi. I'm fucking stressed. Someone's like, oh my God, Joleen, you're so hilarious. You're an inspirational. I'll be like, shut the fuck up. There's no strawberry mochi. I am dealing with something. Okay. So take your compliments and shove them up your green tea mochi ass. I am an executive member at Costco. Please stop. God, I'm dealing with things. I can't even be there for myself right now. So I can't be there for you and your compliments. Is this
and I'm just
chick is saying?
Not going to show up and be the nice, gentle person. And then also, not to plug my own book, but my book coming out is called
Why Do You Have a Book?
Why Are You So Sensitive?
Why are you so sensitive?
I am a very sensitive person.
Thank you, Denise.
My friends all joke about like stranger danger. Like, I have so much social anxiety and
How come every asshole says they have social anxiety and are an empath? Why do all the assholes think they have social anxiety and they're empaths? You're just assholes. You really don't need to add more descriptors to it.
When people come up to my personal space, and then
what are you, Eminem, taking a dump in the bathroom? Someone asking you for your autograph? Calm down. Because someone thinks you're an inspiration. She's like, shut the fuck up. I can't right now. I'm dealing with some drama that I created. Leave me alone.
Also, people sometimes, they mean well and they try to compliment me, but it's like these backhanded compliments that are microaggressions. Like, oh my God, I wouldn't even know you were a real woman unless your voice. Or how are you prettier than me?
That one didn't really make sense. I think she screwed that one up.
I'm a real woman. Just like sometimes I would get these compliments, and like if you're standing on the outside and you are
standing on the edge of tomorrow, today. Oh my God, that triggered. Is that Saved by the Bell, the College Years song? When she said that, that's what I thought. And that's so much more interesting than anything she's saying right now. Standing at the edge of tomorrow, today. We're the trifecta. Like, we are the perfect Vander. When people come up to us and they're like, hey, Ryan, hey, Christina, hey, Joleen, you guys are the fucking best. You're an inspiration. We're like, shut the fuck up. Okay? We are all executive members at Costco, except for Christina, because she lives in Brooklyn. I don't know if there are Costcos in the city. But me and Ryan are Costco'd. Okay? Shut up. We're busy.
Are a cis, pretty white boy like Adam is, who has no experience what I've gone through as a trans person.
What did she just say about Adam? That he's just a pretty white boy? A little unnecessary to be like, she has no idea. Did he say he had an idea of what you went through as a trans person? Also, he's part of the LGBTQIA community. Like, you're not the only one that has a, like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's got a story, everyone's got a struggle, everyone's got a plight. This is like the Olympics of like, who has had it worse? It's just weird to bring this up. You just don't like the dude because he talks shit on you. Who cares? But to be like, this is pretty little white boy with 214,000. He doesn't even know. You don't know Adam's background, what he's been through. Like, girl, stop.
Some things might look like a compliment, but it actually hurts my fucking feelings.
Oh my God, don't even talk to this lady. Maybe Kyle Chan was a little right that you cannot have a conversation with her. Where did Adam touch you? What did he do? What do I know, Vivi? I'm not even on set. Sometimes people come up to me and they're like, Joleen, you're so fucking gorgeous and you're so skinny and you're so smart and you're so witty. And I'm like, suck it. You think that's a compliment, but it's actually really rude. Because I'm also a genius and I have very thin ankles. Okay. And my earlobes are damn near flippin' perfect.
Like, Adam, you don't know me. You've literally waited on me a few times. Like, and yes, I will admit, I did not show up the best way then because I didn't show up for myself. I was so scared and broke and struggling. Like,
it's like everyone's story in LA. Everyone is broke. We're all broke. You got to be on an national television show that Joe Wenberg talks about, the international national television show. We don't all get that. How lucky were you? How privileged were you? I would have loved that. I had to produce my own web series out of my own apartment in West Hollywood. Nobody knows the struggle of the middle-aged white woman.
It was...
Are you going to cry? Oh my God. What's this with these weaponizing of tears? Oh.
Such a fucking hard time in my life. And like, I'm sorry that I wasn't the nicest fucking sweetest person and I didn't hold space for every person that came by and said something to me. I'm sorry. It's just, there was so much going on. I'm sorry. Okay, and like, Adam, I'm gonna have Victoria on.
Yeah, Kemi. He's only waited on me. He was like a server. Yeah.
Like, girl, go on, do your little press tour on YouTube. Like, get it. But just know I have receipts.
Oh,
I was on set yesterday for 12 hours. I took screenshot after screenshot.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
You guys, I was on, all she had to say is she took screenshots, but she had to add, I was on set yesterday. I took screenshot after screenshot. I was on set. I was acting like an actress. Bravo Bud says, how is she ragging on him then apologizing for her dark journey? Right? Pick a lane, girl. You're not going to turn this into, Adam is a transphobe. because he should have known my struggle. Please stop, ma'am. Please stop. Please. We don't even, no one is bringing that up except for you. Like, that has nothing to do with it. He just talked some shit and he had Vicky on. But that's it. That's it.
He gave so much fucking energy to that friendship. I lost family.
What is wrong with these people? This chick just said she lost family over giving so much energy to Tom Sandoval's friendship. What family? You couldn't. What? Tom Sandoval? We see how he treats his family. Pay your mom back, Tom. Pay your mom back. Which family? How? Why? Who? Even your family thought you were ridiculously impressed with his ice plunge? Okay.
Because I chose to help him out and be a friend for him.
You're such a great person.
Because he was in a very, very dark, scary place.
Not really. He was on tour and having sex with lots of chicks. And bullying, as Vicky says, Rachel Raquel, to leave treatment. And trying to paint Ariana as the villain every day of his life. The only time that he was in a dark place. I don't even think there was a time. Well, his singing is a dark place for me.
And to lose everything and to go through.
What did he lose? He's still in the damn house. He's been on more TV shows than he's ever been in his life. His name is more relevant than it ever should be. He literally is on Traitors season 3. It's a hugely successful show that he never would have been asked on.
Go through all of that fucking horrible heartache to only find him.
Heartache? Girl, he had sex with his girlfriend's super good friend. Huh?
In a shitty, dark situation with a drug addict and a fucking alcoholic ex-model who's a fake.
Oh, God. Vicky. She's really coming for Vicky hard. With a drug addict and a fucking alcoholic ex-model. What, are we horrible people if we're alcoholics? Are drug addicts? What are you saying? What are you saying, Billie Lee? Billie P? What's going on, Billie P? Billie P's on Insta? Fucking alcoholic, dirty, people with jobs.
Fame whore.
She called a fame whore. Ex-model.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm a little upset, and I kept my mouth shut. But she
I don't like that you kept your mouth shut.
wants to go and talk some shit. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, he lost his mistress.
Okay, I'm like hiding outside on set.
I quit. I'm not doing this anymore. This is every time the Instagram story stops, which is to restart, just to retell us we're on set. Like, we don't have memory loss. That's Vicky and them. We remember. I'm going to give myself memory loss. Okay. I am on set again.
But I wanted to just get on here. I just saw a comment and it was like, Victoria.
Okay, we're done. We're done here. We're done here. I'm on set. I'm literally on set. People literally, you guys, I'm in 2 scenes in the movie and I'm on tour. I have 5 shows on a flyer. I'm on tour, bitch. I'm on tour. Most of the shows are in Simi Valley, but that's outside of LA. I'm on tour. Bash. These people, girl, you need it. That is why I encourage everyone to leave LA for a little bit. Get right with yourself. Stop sniffing your own toots. Like, just don't believe your own hype. Go to Iowa, go to Minnesota, where the uggos like me are from, or the normal people who don't get sight unseen, and just ride a riding lawnmower or a push one. Know the struggle. You know what I mean? Talk to a dental hygienist. Go in a grocery store that isn't Erewhon or whatever it's called. You know, go to a Cub Foods. Go to the deli section. drink regular milk once in a while. Milk. Jesus. Okay, you guys. Okay. No. Irrelevant. I appreciate you being kind, but we are all gross compared to where we signed with Ford models sight unseen. Then you're disgusting. Try out an Arby's. Thank you, Christina Coca. Try out an Arby's. Arby's has low carbies. You know, if you're worried about that, because we're very LA. Have you ever just opened up? This is going to gross Christina out, I know, because she hates the ranch dressing, but not that I ever did it. I did. Did you ever cut open an Arby's sauce and just squeeze it in your mouth just to feel alive? Yeah, I have. And it's delicious. I don't even know if Arby's is real meat. Real enough for me. You know what I mean? Real enough for me. Margaret, yes. Margaret says, I lost my family in the Vanderpumprules. Did Ryan Bailey's? Ryan, I hope you put that online right now. I hope you put that on merch and sell it and make $1 million billion. I hope that's what happens with everyone. You guys have been so wonderful. Let me read some of the super chats while we get out of here. Obviously, go support Ryan Bailey. Everyone knows Ryan Bailey. So Good as Bad with Ryan Bailey. Go sub up. Give all the good reviews where all the podcasts are. Christina Coca, go show her all the love. Follow her on all the social medias. Go, Christina. We want to get Christina to 10K subscribers ASAP PIMP. She should already be there. And go sub up to her, show her all the love, do all the things. Go show Adam all the love on his videos, since Billie Lee thinks he's just a loser. She thinks we're all losers. Go show him all the love in the Simi Valley. Okay. You guys are just so fun in the chat, and you've made tonight so much fun. So thank you to all my super chatters from earlier. Let me see if I missed highlighting. I think I missed highlighting a couple of you guys this here. Jamie, thank you for the super chat. Says, no disrespect to Adam, but why his podcast though? I think because they know Adam, because he's in the Vander circle and he and Jason worked for Lisa Vanderpump. So that could be. RPM Photo said, thank you for the super chat. Says, let's all cry together. Where are your cojones, girl? More Ariana level self-esteem. This is just, it's sad. I mean, Tom is, oh God, when you think of what Tom treated so poorly, Ariana, this person, this like, but I mean, Ariana should have never been with him to begin with. She's way too good for him. So God bless. But Tom, you had something, it was like a freaking unicorn that Ariana would ever date you. And you screwed that up so bad. Thank you, Kirsten, for the super chat. Christina says, I got asked if I was a narc. We were doing reefer. I mean, I just have a narc face. People have told me that my whole life, that I have a narc face. I just have come to terms with it. Jamie, thank you. Jamie says, as Tom has said in the past, drugs are a part of what Tom needs. Yes, to connect in a relationship. Remember, him and Schwartz did the drugs in order to do bar prep or business prep for Schwartz and Skeezies, Schwartz and Sandy's. So yeah. He either cheating or you both be doing the droogies. Vivian, thank you for the super sticker. I think I saw this earlier, but thanks again, R2 Junot, for becoming a member. Justine, thank you for the super chat. Says, slow down, Meryl, right? Billie Lee was thinking she was like Meryl Streep, Jessica Lange. It's like Kathy Bates, Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett did the thing. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Please stop. Alex, thank you for the super chat. Never forget that the root of the issue is always the Toms. They always want to blame a woman, and they get other women to blame women, but it's the Toms because they're losers. Oh, shout out to Judge Judy. I had that clip, but I don't have it on this soundboard, but I love that because they're losers. And not Billie Lee screenshotting Kyle's call. Bless this mess. I hope they keep fighting. Yes, Team Satire, Kelly, all day, every day. That's the only team. Team Satire and Team Kempire. That's all we are over here. Amalesh, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm suddenly so grateful for my loyal friends. Yeah, hopefully they're not screenshotting your stuff like these people and screen recording. Justine King, thank you so much. Justine says, I'm on set. Slow down, Meryl. I think I already read that, but thank you again. Christina, hashtag Rylene. Yes, Rylene was in the house tonight. Little Lamb, thanks for the super chat. Kelly Cal, this will be played in history classes in 50 years. Oh my God. Little Lamb says, love you. And are you coming to see me in Arizona? Oh, I'm so excited. However, the race trans card comment came off as rather virtue signaling or just lack of experience with people pulling it. It definitely is a thing. Me virtue signaling. Okay. A you can't touch me button. I just never trust anyone that says people are pulling a card. That is my own thing. I hear that a lot when people want to point out like racism. They're like, oh, they're pulling out the race card. And to me, that's very microaggressive for them to, you don't get any prize. Nobody wants to be like, oh, race card. I see what you're saying, where I think instead of card, I think sometimes we see that people are weaponizing certain things. So maybe that is like a way we can word things. I don't know. But anytime someone says race card, gay card, things like that, I'm like, I side eye them like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because I've never known anyone that was like, I can't wait to pull out my race card. I didn't even know they give out race cards. Or so when Kyle Chan, the way he was describing Billie Lee, it was weird. It was weird. Chickenhead PK Neely, thank you. Adam is a cis male. How? And thank you. He's a cis, like Tom Sandwell would say, a cis male. Not just shish. Yeah, maybe weaponizing is better. So there you go. You guys are all wonderful, beautiful pumpkin spice babies. Thank you so much. We were over 1,200 strong tonight, having some laughs. Please leave a comment after the video post, because unfortunately I don't get to all of your comments here. But I appreciate them. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll be back very soon. And always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think, and I'm on set. Bye.